Good Thursday night, world. And welcome to another episode of Lab Talk with the Dog God, aka the Coach, aka the Elon Musk of high performance working dogs. That is me. And big salute to my brother Reddy with that pole position. And big salute to Cooper. Cooper with that second place. And big salute to everybody in the chat that will be coming in. Big salute to all the others who will be watching that replay. Much love and respect. And big salute to the classroom. That's right. And you know what we like to do before we get started? We like to remind you, but we already in tune. My brother Lucky, big salute to you, Lucky. My boy got that third place, the podium. And we got that brother, man. Who's the master man? Who's the master man? Show enough. Who's the master? Show enough. Big salute to you, Show enough. Much love and respect to all of you. Yes, sirree. And like we always do, man, let's get prepared. You know what I mean? Let's calm the nerves, man. Of the work week, of the work day, of the workflow, life, everything. You know what I mean? It's good to just, curb it down a little bit so that we can focus in the classroom. A lot of you guys and gals nowadays got ADD, man. And you need to slow down. You need to tell your mind to just sit your ass in the chair and pay attention. So we're gonna take these supplements to help us. So, get your herbal sensations ready to go. Your backwoods, your paper planes, your Swisher sweets, your gars, your bongs, however you partake in your herbal sensation. If you eat it, if you drink it, man, get that shit ready to go, man. Get that shit rolled up. And if you like your brewski, you like to taste them hops, you like the way hops taste, man, get your brewskis cracked. Make sure that bitch is cold. Heineken, Modelo, all the IPO, whatever the type of beers and hops you like. You like malt liquor, the Schlitz, smoked liquor, Hurricanes, whatever it is when it comes to the hops. Make sure that bitch cold, man. Get your cold mugs out. Go ahead and pop that bitch, crack that bitch open. If you like your hard liquor, man, you like it light skin or you like it dark skin, however you like it, man, whatever it might be, tequila, Hennessy, whatever it might be, get that bitch ready to go. Either take it out the bottle or in the shot glass. And if you like your mixed drinks like the Coach, and you like to keep it simple with a chaser, man, get your shit ready to go. Like the Coach got. And you know how the Coach do? He keeps it simple because life is already hard as it is. Oh my God, especially when you put in all the work and more work 3 times and you carry your own cross on your back like the Coach do. That's right. I got my vodka lemonade. Big cheers to all y'all, man. All my brothers. Caveman. Big salute. Cheers to y'all. Oh my gosh. That's one thing about me, man. I like to be Janet Jackson, man. And what I mean by Janet Jackson had a song in the 90s that was a hit, man. And I'm sure all of us who know. It was called Control. And one thing about me is I like to be in control. So when it comes to substances that can take you outside of your self-control, I can never let myself take it to the limit unless it's for a reason and I got a chaperone, right? I let my partners know, I let my wife know, like, I'll be like, mama, shit, the partners and niggas, they ain't gonna, they keep passing me these shots because, my partners like to get me outside of myself because it's, they say they have more fun with the Coach when he's outside. So they like to keep feeding the drinks and all the shit, right? But I'm so in control. I'm so Janet Jackson. I even know when I'm gonna get out of control, and I make sure, I take all the precautions, right? I make sure my wife knows that, hey, mama, you driving, make sure you look out for me, and she always does. Or I make sure one of my partners, if we out and hey, I'm feeling it, make sure I'm good. Hey, I got you, Coach. You know what I'm saying? But because I like to be Janet Jackson, in control. I don't partake in the alcoholic beverages in excess. I don't. I've retired herbal sensations. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even partake in herbal sensations no more. Which is an amazing thing because I was an herbal sensations connoisseur. That's who I used to be. But I'm about 4.5 years non-partaking in herbal sensations, which I don't have anything, against it because I was a top tier level connoisseur at one time in my life. But I like to be in control, and when I say no, I say no. Okay, but I'm just grateful for the fact that even though I do like to curb the edge, you know what I mean? With my vodka lemonade, man, I only partake in that shit, either socially, what I mean, is in moderation, or here we got this night with y'all, what I mean, on Thursday night with in the classroom, I partake in, what I mean, but I do it in moderation. I don't need it. It's not a crutch, and I have abusive relatives when it comes to substances in my DNA. Substance abusers are in my DNA. You know what I mean? I'm not, but they're in my DNA. So I'm very aware, man. So salute to the fact that I can control myself, and I want to be in full control at all times. And if you guys have any type of abusive ways, you better fucking check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's a little word from the wise, coming from the coach. But anyway, I digress. Big salute to all of y'all. Like I like it to do. I like to, what I mean, inquisitive Dijin, my brother. What's good, brother? What's good? I like to debrief my week, like I always do. And boy, it was I'm I'm dibbling and dabbling in new business ventures. And so with one of my business ventures that I'm doing, it requires me to it's labor intensive, which I love work, so I'm not afraid of work. You know but everything is trial and error. You learn in the classroom, but the only way you really fulfill your learning, right? Complete learning is application, right? You got to apply those things that you learn in the classroom, right? So all the theories in check because the coach is a studier. You know what I'm saying? I do my checks and balances, right? And God is good that I'm able to do that. But at the same time, it really counts when the rubber meets the road, right? When you get out there in the practice field, that's when it all counts. And then, of course, when it's showtime, it's game time. Right. So this week I was practicing my new craft of business that I started, and, had some equipment glitches. What I mean? I bought some equipment pre-owned, to save some money. And me being a Madonna, all right, me being Madonna, a virgin touch for the very first time in the industry. I didn't know how to do all the checks and balances. I trusted the individual that I purchased the used equipment from, because that's what I do. I mean, I give you the benefit of the doubt, which at the end of the day, I done learned so many times that I shouldn't, right? Because most people ain't going to be like us, right? There's really going to be transparent and real about what they say. But at the same time, you got to put a little trust in things when you buy things pre-owned. So, I told him, hey, man, I need my shit plug and play. I need my shit da-da-da-da-da. You asking this price. I want this, we worked a good price out. You know what I mean? You got what you wanted. Can I get what I want? Okay, yeah, coach, you got it. Boom, boom, boom. Checks and balances, boom, cash in hand, boom, equipment in hand, bow. Now it's time for practice, right? So I'm out there practicing and doing what I do. And shit, come to find out, I mean, I got bamboozled and shit, which of course, what do I expect? That's just the world we live in. It's the world we live in, man. A whole bunch of bamboozlers, in this world, man. And I try my best to do as much, people fact checking as I can, but when you're buying equipment, you can only trust what you trust. So I, did a little test, and one of my equipment that's very important to my job, you know what I mean, was MacGyver, man. My man, you know what I mean. I'm sure y'all don't know. A lot of y'all probably, your younger guys don't even know about that show MacGyver, man. You should go and you see, hit on YouTube. YouTube might have a couple episodes of that MacGyver, man. MacGyver was the shit, man. MacGyver was the king, the god of fucking Jimmy rigging shit and making it fucking work. That was MacGyver. You know what I'm saying? He had a show about himself, Jimmy rigging everything, and fucking was like, damn, how'd he do that? MacGyver. I got MacGyvered. You know what I'm saying? And boy, oh boy, was I pissed. You know what I'm saying? So thank God for the practice, right? Thank God that I'm very aware that I need to go practice before I go out in the field and think I'm going to win a game. And, I am a customer satisfaction type of individual when I deal with my clientele. So I don't ever want to be out there making mistakes that I could have avoided. And, this week was, shit, full of mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Mistakes that wasn't in my classroom, right? But at the same time, God is good. I was able to make the mistakes during practice. The only one that was criticizing me was my wife. So she can definitely get that, even though she was getting on my damn nerves. I had to apologize to her the next day. Like, Mama, I'm sorry. I was fucking hard on you and shit. Low key, it was getting my fucking nerves. But at the same time, she had every right to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, it's like, you be careful what you wish for. All right, be careful what you pray for when you get your wives, or if y'all ever get a wife and shit like that. If y'all married, be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, I got a tough one, but of course, look who shaped her. I mean, shit. I mean, I got the highest standard on her, so of course she gonna show me the mirror on me all the time, because it's like, God damn it, I fucking taught her how to be that way. Of course, she gonna be hard on me, because I'm hard on her. So shout out to my wife. She didn't hold back on the punches. She was very critical. Her criticism was at the highest level, even though I knew it was constructive. If it was constructive, right, y'all? Because we as men, you should be able to take constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? And I was taking it on the field, but boy, oh boy, man, was my response very snappy. Right? At that snappy response, even though I had to just take that like that. You know what I'm saying? And, as a man, when you grow up and you mature, right, you become, full, well-rounded and understanding pluses and minuses and how you need to be in the middle. When I was responding in that snappy way that I knew I shouldn't respond to that way to my wife, I apologize. I was on that Anita Baker. I apologize. Oh, baby, I do. Y'all don't even know that. Y'all don't know that shit, that Anita Baker. But I was on that. I apologize, man. So shout out to my wife, man. But other than that, solid week. Man, shout out to the posts, man. Shout out to my content. Just doing numbers. I mean, AK and AK always, I mean, that's what he do, man. He do numbers, man. He bring the peanut gallery out. He bring them all out every fucking time. Ooh, I know the algorithm. The algorithm loves my content. And then the fucking spectators love to come to my game because I always give them something to talk about. And then I don't, like I told y'all, I don't respond to none of them. And I be having 200, 300, 400. That one time, man, I showed y'all, ready know this shit. And some of y'all seen this shit too. At one time, the post I did maybe like a couple months back with AK, I think it was the AK with the Kangol post, man. Bruh, that shit had 1,000 fucking comments on a dog post. Coach was not in one of them fucking comments. That was them debating. They were debating about what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, giving the dog world food for conversation, right? Because I come through, shit with I come through different. I'm different. I'm not like every other dog man out here. I blaze my own trail. I'm a trailblazer. I'm a pioneer dog man, like we are over here in this classroom. We're pioneer. So of course, And I'm very smart. I'm not a dumb diddy, dumb diddy, dummy. I'm none of that. I'm very aware. I know how you spectators, haters, and commentators think. So I'm going to put food for thought. First of all, I'm going to make sure the content is attractive to the algorithm to where it pushes my shit in your face. Then when you see the peanut gallery, the comment section go ham, that's when people go in the comment section to read the comments. You know, some of y'all do the same thing. You know what I mean? If y'all see a cool post, you know what I'm saying? You see a lot of comments and shit. Oh, let me see what they're saying. You know what I mean? People do that shit. I do that sometimes too. Look at the comments. And then when you see that motherfucking hater train, then you see the hater train and then you want to read that. And then you find somebody that says what you wish you were saying, but they're saying it too. Like, oh man, I always wanted to say that. Oh, I always wanted to. Oh man, yeah, Coach Dickey, all that. Yeah, he be on Instagram. So, he thinks he's all that. And then you know they be having full blown fucking debates with each other about my dogs, about my cook ups. Ain't that something? So you know this week, you know, shit, AK, Holy Spirit, Draca, Black Hawk. That post, you know, shit did, I think, went around like 3,300 likes, 330 views. Excuse me, 330,000 views. I think I had like about 375 followers off that one post. You know what I'm saying? I think this week I'm about to push 1,000 in probably about a 2-week span. I hit 1,000 followers in 2 weeks just off of a couple posts, man. So, you know, to see that for me over all the many of moons that I've been working on my program and perfecting my craft, even though it's not perfect, y'all. Only one is perfect is the Most High God, but I'm working towards perfection because that's how we should be when we're engineers, huh? If you're an engineer, you're supposed to be doing all the checks and balances and the balances and the checks and the breaking down and the building up, right? The reverse engineering sound. Shout out to my brother Tony for that one. The reverse engineering. You got to be doing that. So, you know, to see that I can damn near on demand. I can damn near on demand make my post do stupid, doodle, crazy numbers and get followers. And like I said, I've been so busy doing other things, you know, that, you know, I'm not putting forth the effort and content like I used to. I used to post every day, y'all. Every day, religiously. I used to be out there taking pictures, doing content every day. That's how I was able to get to a point to understand how the algorithm works and how to get all the peanuts to the gallery and in the stands. That's how I did it. So now it's like on demand. Now I know how to fucking stir the algorithm up and get everybody in my comment section. And man, I just proved it again. So I like being able to show that, y'all. God is good. I like to be able to show that. I really do. Because in this day and age of the internet, when there's a lot of conversations going on and a lot of people like the conversations, and most conversations is just about entertaining you to get the people in the seats because everybody loves a comedy show. And I get it, you know, because I like to be entertained at times. However, I'm an engineer. I like to learn more than I like to get entertained. You know, like some people like to watch TV. I barely even do that. If I'm watching anything, I watch YouTube. I'll be watching documentary. You know, a lot of us is the same. I like to learn shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the movies and stuff like that. Every now and then, you know, with the wife, you know, we might watch a movie or something. But man, I'm not into no series. Don't ask me, oh, coach, you watching? Nope. It's documentaries or I'm trying to learn some shit if I'm watching any type of content, because that's how I'm geared. You know what I'm saying? My mental likes to work out. You know what I'm saying? Like when you be in the gym and you want to work your body out and shit, you know, you get that burn eye and the arms eye and the legs eye, the chest eye, the stomach eye, right? The only way you get that is because you're working it. That's how my brain is. I mean, I get bored. I don't, entertainment does not make my brain work. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm learning something and I get that aha moment, like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Oh, those moments, that's when my brain's working. You know what I'm saying? Then I go outside, like I was telling y'all. Then I go out in the field and practice, and I be making mistakes. And then I get constructive criticism from my wife. That makes me mad and have me talking shit and have me apologize. I know I was wrong for talking shit because she was right. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So anyway, shout out to the content. Shout out to the dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that I'm, confirmed when it comes to who I am as a dog man in this dog thing and who I am as an influencer of high performance working dogs, to be able to say I have dogs and my dogs is the reason why I have followers. Like I always say this and I always preface this too. I don't have no problem with individuals who, have that ability to be the influencer, right? The individual. I don't have no problem with y'all. Okay. So don't ever take what I'm saying as I'm dissing you guys who have the influence to build your program or to build your following. So salute to y'all because y'all have a gift. You know what I'm saying? But I'm speaking for myself because I always come from a perspective of the coach. That's why I'm a player coach. You see what I'm saying? I'm a player coach. I'm in the field, right? I play for the team I own and coach. So when I say I'm proud of myself with my plan of action to let it be about the dogs, and then when I can go and put up my dogs posts, pictures, and they do stupid, crazy numbers and get, thousands of likes and hundreds of comments and all that type of shit. I get, multiple hundreds and sometimes thousands of followers. It just confirms to me that my vision and my hard work and, me being consistent in what I am and what I'm doing and me being okay with it, taking the long route, right? Which we'll get into more of by taking that the road less traveled route, right? It's okay. You know what I mean? It was okay, coach. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, they're not gonna understand. Yeah, you're gonna have all the haters and all the shit. Yeah, you're gonna have all the naysayers. Yeah, all that, coach. Of course, they're not supposed to get it, man. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't gonna understand Nikola Tesla. They didn't understand Nikola Tesla. You know what I'm saying? When he was talking about what he was talking about. No, they didn't understand Albert Einstein and all the motherfuckers who was the brainiacs. Remember when we was in high school, all the nerds? I didn't treat the nerds like shit. Cause I got a different heart, you know what I'm saying? So I was always protecting the nerds and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause I got a heart, man. Even though it could be cold at times, but at the same time, I do got a little bit of Ralph Tresvant when it comes to people. Okay. But those nerds and shit, most people don't understand why they was always so-called the teacher's pet because they was answering the questions and they was paying attention in class and they wasn't goofing off. They wasn't hanging around with the fucking misfits and the imbeciles and the clowns, right? We didn't understand those guys, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's how I have to talk to myself. Coach has to give himself a pep rally sometimes. Huh? Remember pep rallies when we was in school, homecoming and all that shit? Coach has to give him his own self a pep rally sometimes because sometimes I'll be ready to fucking throw in the towel. Like, man, this dog game is a piece of shit. This dog game ain't shit. These motherfuckers ain't really dog, and these motherfuckers ain't got no dogs. These motherfuckers ain't got, these dogs don't do no talking. All that shit be going in my head. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, coach, you're too ahead of these motherfuckers, man. You know what I mean, coach. You're too forward of a thinker, man. They're never gonna get it. You know what I mean? They're always on that in vogue, coach. They're never gonna get it, huh? That in vogue, they're never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. I have to tell myself that, hey, snap out of it, bro. Stop the bitching. You know what I mean? Get out your Whitney. I get so emotional, baby. I gotta tell myself sometimes, get out my Whitney. About the dog game. You know what I mean? I'm only human, but that's real. I'm just being real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with y'all. But at the same time, seeing the results of the fruits of my labor makes me get on my knees and praise God every day that I ain't no fucking quitter. I'm no forfeiter. And I'm a shepherd. That's who I am. I'm not a sheep bull. I'm a shepherd. Sometimes you might have to be alone out there in the wilderness with one or two sheep. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. Sometimes you might have another shepherd over there in his pastures. It's only you and him out there with the wolves, lions, and tigers and bears. All the other shepherds ran away. They can't deal with it. They done lost their flock. I get it. So anyway, I digress. That was my week. God is good all the time. I'm grateful to learn in the field. I'm glad I made mistakes and had my wife criticize me and talk shit to me versus my customer because I don't want to fuck up my business. So shout out to that. And, homeboy, if you're listening, which I'm pretty sure you're not, you know what I mean? Thanks for the MacGyvering. You got me. You got me. You got me. But what more can I say? What more can I expect about the world today, the people of today, man? They ain't concrete like you, Coach. No, they not, man. So I know better. So I can't even get in my Whitney about that. I mean, that's one of those things like, bro, of course they was gonna MacGyver the shit on your ass. Who does straight good business nowadays, man? Who does that nowadays? Not in this world. Everybody takes shortcuts now. Huh? Everybody's a half-ass fucking artist. Their artistry isn't half-assing. Of course. Uh-huh. So when they smoke and mirrors and I digress. Anyway, let me go ahead and drop this link. We have a great cook up tonight. Student for Life dog training. My brother, big salute to you. Verde Bullies, big salute, Verde Bullies. I seen Tony up in here. Dylan, my brother, big salute to you. Rich Perez, big salute to you, my brother, man. Welcome. Man, that price, I'm gonna tell you a price, but I mean, it's still not out yet. But might as well prepare you for this. That sticker shock. Anything off of AK. First of all, I should say anything, period. But there's only two things that's coming off of AK right now. Anything off of AK and Coco, which is my Belgian Malinois from Kosovo, and then Snow White, which is my Kangal from Serbia. Okay, minimum will be 4,500. Sticker shock. I'm shocked. I've been shocking everybody that been asking me because they all ask me, and I've been promoting this shit for like 2.5 years, by the way, y'all. So you know what I mean. Ever since I got my Kangal and shit, I've been promoting that shit for a while. So I'm sticker shocking all y'all because at the end of the day, I only want the ones that really, 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 really is serious to really be fucking with me at the end of the day. Everybody else, it sound good. You know what I mean? And I already told y'all, when it come to my AK and Malinois shit, I'm pretty much going to keep damn near all of them besides the ones that, I have to sell. I have to sell them. Like, they're not going to allow me not to sell them there because they've been waiting for so long and begging like, Coach, and no disrespect to y'all. I'm not clowning y'all on the begging shit. Please don't, we're not sensitive, y'all. Please, man. If I could take constructive criticism from my wife, man, y'all could take a little bit of, aggressive talk from the coach. Okay. God damn it, man. But I had to hit y'all with the sticker shock. Now I want to mentally prepare you now and make you guys like be like, yo, Coach, why you bullshit, Coach? Like, I bet my money been ready. Like, yo, why you come on, man, just do it. Like, I mean, like, because that's how they do it in like with cars and shit like that. Just think about those prototypes that they show at them car conventions and stuff like that. They had the car shows where they go in Vegas and they have all the concept cars and motherfuckers be like, "Ooh, that shit gonna be hot." And then they tell you, "Oh, it might be coming out next year," and then all of a sudden next year come around, it don't come out. And then the next year, so by that time the hype is so strong that when it's finally ready to release, man, that waiting list is so long that when it's finally released, they sell out. Bam! It's just. And it's a limited supply. So y'all already know it's going to be a limited supply of those. But 4,500 is what it's going to be. You know what I mean? But, it is what it is. But let me go ahead and drop this link, man. We're going to cook tonight, man. This is something that I want you guys. I always want you guys to participate. But in the chat, participate. I'll put, I'll put the information up on the screen. You know how we do. But at the end of the day, I do want you guys to participate. We're going to dig deep into this topic. Before I put the link up there, for those who do qualify to come up, I'm going to put the ticker up because I know Reddy going to be like, Coach, put the ticker up, man. So I'm going to put the topic at hand in the ticker. Yeah, we're gonna cook tonight, man. This is gonna be a great one, man. And like I said, I want you guys all to participate in this. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat, and we're gonna cook tonight on this topic at hand. That's right. Yeah, hey, Students for Life. Hey, that's a fact. Students for Life dog training. That's a fact. They don't, I mean, but they don't understand a lot of the stuff. You know, I had to discontinue. Pride made me do it, by the way. My Pitbull program. I didn't want to do that. That's my love. That's my foundation. I know what I got, but I had to discontinue it because they don't understand what I got. They don't understand what an XL Pitbull Draco really is. They don't understand that. They wouldn't understand what a fucking double XL AK-47 chopper Pitbull would be. They don't understand that. Why would I put that in the market when you don't understand it? If you don't understand it, you for sure won't know how to drive it or handle it. You for sure will have major yard accidents. You will for sure learn, but I don't want no irresponsible dog men or naive dog men or naysaying dog men to have what I cook up. Mr. Formula One, Mr. Frames, Brains, and Motors. Huh? They don't think like me when they cook. Frames, brains. They're not a top tier engineer. They're not an artist in the lab. Huh? They're not an artist in the lab. They copycat. So why would I go ahead and pursue the Pitbull? For what? Yeah, I'm good at it. Yeah, I've already made him. Yeah. But I don't live in the past. So a lot of people don't understand. That's the one that hurt me the most. Is like having to discontinue my American Pitbull Terriers, my variances of it, because I like variants. I like standard, I like XL, I like double XL. I can make standard, I can make XL, I can make double XL. I bought dogs to be able to do that. That's how you make them. You buy dogs to do it. See, we're engineers, right? When we go and we do our modern dog marvels, we study that it takes multiple dogs to make these breeds that we love and we study. So I'm not dumb in the lab, I'm an engineer. But if I'm digging into a community that's dumbfounded in the past, I can't showcase what I do best. So I digress. Oh, I like how that line. Hey, I love how that rhymed. I can't show what I do best, so I digress. Did I put that link in the chat? Hold on, man. Make sure I put that link in the damn chat, man. I probably didn't, but let me do it right now. Bingo. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Bro, hey, Verde Bullies, man. They wish.
Salute, coach.
Salute, my brother Reddy. Hey, the world wish. If you a real American Pitbull Terrier fanatic, you around some of these dogs that they love, right? Caveman. If you
smoke weed every day.
Yeah, get it, Caveman. Lit over there too. He got that fire over there, literally. Literally, he got that fire. But hey, Verde Bullies. If any of them guys ever had a chance to fucking meet a real double XL Pitbull phenotype, genotype. See, we're engineers. We understand what that means. I didn't say AK was an American Pitbull Terrier. I ain't never said that in my fucking life. But you know, when you don't have no comprehension, your brain don't work, right? Their brain don't do no workout, so their brain can't even fucking rationalize and use common sense when I'm talking. But if you were or are an American Pit Bull Terrier fanatic and you've had high drive American Pit Bull Terriers and very athletic American Pit Bull Terriers, and then you came on my yard and seen AK in fucking person, he will blow your fucking wig off just on the visuals that you see. You like, oh my God. Then the shit that the motherfucker does will peel your fucking cap back. Okay. And then you're like, oh my God. And then the speed and his fucking Bruce Lee reflex will fucking peel your wig back even more. You be like, wow. And then when you hear him bite shit and just crush shit, then you understand why I call him what I don't put freaks of natures on all my dogs. I'm gonna digress, but man, I don't call all my dogs freak of natures. Only one I call a bone crusher is AK. The only one I advertise as a freak of nature really is only AK. Even though I had Big Bertha, she was a freak of nature, but other than that, only one I promote is AK, because I don't just put labels on dogs because it sounds good. I don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to caparone. I don't need to lie to you about my dogs just for you to follow. And oh yeah. I don't need to do that shit. But when I tell you that I do have that dog on my fucking yard, his name is XXL Pit Bull. Phenotype, genotype, engineers, we understand that, but spectators, you might not understand. Listen, learn in class, take your fucking notes like we always do. We take notes because we're smart and we're brainiacs. We want to retain shit. Sometimes we hear it and we don't retain it when we hear it. Guess what we do? We can go refer back to our notes. So when I tell you a XXL Pit Bull phenotype, genotype, it doesn't mean an American Pit Bull Terrier. But as I digress off of this, bro, if they actually seen the dog, I'm talking about a true American Pit Bull game, whatever you want to call you, enthusiast, where you've actually had them in your hands, you had them between your legs, you know, seen their drive, you know, seen their ability, you know, assess all kind of dogs, whether they were good dogs, mediocre dogs, cold dogs, cur dogs, you know, seen them all. And then if you seen this motherfucker in your face, you'd be like, yo, you got one. No, yeah. He the one. Oh, yeah. Oh, coach, I can understand why you didn't fucking turn them on. Oh, yeah, I can understand. Oh, I understand that. Oh, I can see why you kind of intimidated, even though he don't know I'm intimidated. But I've always told you guys, because I keep it truthful, right, with y'all, that's the only dog on my yard that I'm intimidated by. I have to deal with him in a very respectful way. There's no way in hell that I think that I can go ahead and fucking manhandle AK. He's too strong and fast, and a dog like that with the type of drive and power and reflexes like that, if I trigger him in the wrong way, I mean, I better have a gun on me, bro. That dog will kill me. That dog will kill me. And I'm a strong dog. I mean, all my dogs I can manhandle. I got some fucking big dogs. But AK is a different type of, he's different. He's a freak. He's just different. For his size, he shouldn't be able to jump that high. He shouldn't be able to run that fast. He shouldn't be that, his reflexes shouldn't be that way. His jaw power should be what it is because he got big ass fucking mouth and all that teeth. But they're not ready for that. That's all I'm saying. They're not ready for that. That community is not ready for that. Plus the ticket that I would want for that, they can't afford it, man. They in the pit bull community, they can't even get $1,000 for a goddamn dog, man. What? If I'm gonna do the XXL, I need to put 6,000. I need 6,000 for a fucking XXL AK. If I produce the AK with the same size as him right now and his phenotype, I need 6 bands. I need 6,000. The people community, they're not going to pay 6,000 for a dog. They're not going to pay 5,000 for a dog. They're not going to pay 4,000 for a dog. They're not going to pay 3,000 for a dog. Can I keep going? They're not going to pay 2,000 for a dog. They're not going to pay 1,500 for a dog. They're not going to pay. Bro, come on, man. So I digress. I digress. I digress, man. Let's cook tonight, though, man. Man, K-Man, how you doing, man? How them dogs doing, K-Man?
Word.
Yeah, we're doing good. Eating fresh venison over here.
What'd you say? Fresh medicine? What's that?
Venison.
Oh, venison. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, bull herders are getting bigger. where they can venture off in the woods and shit.
Hey, what happened to did you sell the other your what was that one? It was like your LGD with your Malinois. Was that breeding?
No, I kept
Pioneer Shepherd.
my Pioneer Shepherd with Malinois. I
Yeah.
have no, I kept a male and I have one male left still that I haven't got rid of.
Okay. How did they turn out? Because they're like what?
Oh, they're awesome.
now?
Yeah, especially that male that I kept. Yeah, he's something else.
Nice.
He's military grade. He has been since he was probably 8 weeks old. You could see what he was.
I wish, Caveman, that you would one day bless us with a photo or video. When you get to your hot spot, you can download it or something like that. You got all the crazy cookups, but you don't ever do no show and tell, man.
Yeah, and you know what? I made some videos of the bull herders, and somehow with this touchscreen, my phone backed up my photos and erased all my photos except for the pictures and videos of that fawn I found.
Damn.
Erased everything else. I don't know. It's got to be there somewhere. But
You gotta go probably in your files and look in there.
Well, yeah, you can go into your your deleted photos. You got an iPhone?
Trash.
You got an iPhone?
No.
Oh, I don't know. If it's not an iPhone, I don't know. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. But you know what? You can get on to Google and see if because with the iPhone, right, you delete and then you got to go actually clear the deleted area before, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's with your phone. They should probably have something
Probably. Yeah.
similar to that. But anyway, fuck that. Just make some new ones.
New shit. Word.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Shit. Come on, man. So anyway.
Yeah, I've been kind of sidetracked on that other shit.
I get it. No, I get it. But like I said, I mean, shit. I mean, it'd be nice. That's all I'm saying, K-Man. And I've been on your ass forever.
Yeah.
So you always gonna hear me say the same shit. So it ain't nothing new. I would love to see him. I definitely commend your engineering capabilities and what you've done. Not many people can say what you've done, and not many people can say that they did what you've done. So that's something that's worthy of showing. So that's all.
I'm glad somebody appreciates it.
I mean, shit. I'm sure we all appreciate it, but at the same time, I do what you do, Caveman. So
yeah, that's somebody that can relate, and like
right.
like you said, you realize what I put into this shit.
Correct.
A lot of work, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of time and no pay.
Correct. So that's why I'm always, encouraging you to show that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want to be an example to all of you, as as my brothers and my fellow engineers. We got to be examples. It's easy to say some shit. That's one thing about the world of social media. Everybody talk about it, but who's doing it? Who the fuck is doing it nowadays? Barely anybody. But you can talk about it and make it seem like it, and people like being rockabye babied with conversation. You know what I mean? I like conversation of people who demonstrate what they're talking about. That's the conversation that I like. But there's few of us who like that, because at the same time, if you're paying attention in class when you listening to these people, are you applying those things that they're talking about? You know what I mean? I mean, shit, it sounds good, but are you applying it that you learning it? I don't know. But anyway, Students for Life Dog Trainer, he asked me a question. He said, question, coach. He says, are the traits, aka exhibits, able to be passed along, or is he a freak of nature? Well, we did a show a while back about prepotency, and we talked about AK-47 being a freak of nature and being prepotent at the same damn time, which is very, 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 very times 100 times, which is a lot of varies, very rare. So to answer your question, yes. Okay. Yes, he can, and he has, passed on his traits. You know what I mean? Now, Are they a freak of nature? You know, maybe in their own capabilities, but at the same time, have they surpassed AK's freak based off of what I own? No. Okay. And I have some of his top sons on my yard. And I, like I said, if I was measuring certain things, you know what I'm saying, and I can compare them, like, okay, well, his son beat him in this, AK. And if I do an overall tally, AK would probably still be in the front because AK really truly is, he's just a freak. Like that freak of nature. I don't, like I said, I've never called a dog a freak of nature ever until I got AK. So no. So he passes on his traits to answer your question. Yes. Are they freaks like him? No. So
breed 2 of his kids, right? They will be.
Right. And I haven't inbred them yet. And that's why I was saying, K, man. That's why when Verde Bullies was talking, that's why I was telling him, like, why am I going to cook that up when I know the possibility of the outcome based off my genetic mathematics and my notes of taking him to his daughter, that I'm going to produce, I mean, if I have 6, I might produce 2 that's going to be AK-ish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, shit, why would I put that in the world that's not going to pay me for that shit? If I had to pay for a freak and then I know how to cook up a freak, this ain't no cheap genetics. And then I'm putting freaks in the world where people don't even understand what a freak, like Students for Life dogs talking about. They don't understand. Why would I cook them? I'm not cooking that when you don't understand it. I'm too ahead. I gotta sit back. You know what I'm saying? I'm so ambitious. You know what I'm saying? I'm so driven, y'all, that when I want to put something together, I just do it. I do it. Fuck, I gotta do it. But I'm too ahead. It's like, bro, they're not ready for that shit, bro. Yeah, you got it. And thank God I got it for me, but the world ain't really getting it. So why would I even fucking, why? But because I'm so like, oh, I want to do it. Oh, I got it. I can do it. I think people are ready for it, but in reality, they're not ready for it because they don't understand it. Just like my man, Students for Life dog said, they don't understand what the fuck they got. You know what I mean? Imagine if you seen, and like I said, we don't do this shit, and I'm not condone that old schools, that way of thinking with these bulldogs, these pit bulls and stuff like that. That was in the past. Salute to the OGs that are able to do that, in the box. But you don't want to see a dog like AK in the box, man. I mean, you don't want to see that type of dog in the box, man. That dog will fucking it'll be a boring fight. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. It'll be a boring because the dog got so much fucking mouth power and so much speed. Just one, if AK get his mouth on any part of a dog's body, it's annihilation. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous what the boy do with big ass cow bones. How he put his mouth and just you hear like, oh my God, a dog's head don't have he'll crush a skull, he'll crush anything that he put his mouth on and crunch on that motherfucker. He's gonna crunch it all the way down until it's fucking dust. That's not something that you want to see, man. I mean, it might sound cool. It might sound cool, but it'll be boring as hell. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't even you're like, bro, I'm not putting my dog up in that shit, bro. That dog, that mouth is just too ridiculous. His speed is too
loose in the bag.
It just wouldn't be wise for you. There's certain dogs just really got that type of play, unless you're producing the same type of shit, unless you really got that type of formula where you can produce a freak that can do those type of things, then, maybe we got something to talk about. But in reality, man, no, man. No, bro, I told y'all I bought all the equipment because I was going to teach that motherfucker to do bite work, all the shit. I was going to do all the shits and shit with AK. I told Simon, the one I bought AK from, I told him, like, man, I'm going to go and, I bought all his equipment. I'm about to go do the bite work with him and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Bro, when I seen that fool and how he was as a puppy, with how he liked to bite shit, and how he wasn't letting go of stuff, I couldn't pry his mouth open with I got one of the metal break sticks that you get from Ray Allen. I got one of those. I put that in his motherfucking mouth and I was bending it. He wasn't letting go even with that shit in his fucking gums. Because that's supposed to irritate your dogs. You know what I mean? When you twist that shit, irritate, make them let go. I was bending that motherfucker. I got a metal one. I don't got a wood one. I was bending it. He wasn't letting that shit go. Like, fuck, man, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not taking a bite from this dog. You crazy? He ain't feeling no pain in his mouth. I'm twisting his damn metal ass and it's bending. I'm cool. But I digress. So let's get to cooking, y'all. Let's get to
And
cooking.
he's not even mad at you, and he's doing that shit.
The dog is so fixed on. He's got a bite fetish. That's what I call it. It's a fetish. He's got to have something in his mouth. There's something in his mouth at all times. It's a bone. All times. Only time he don't have it in his mouth when he's sleeping. Other than that, he come out, bone in his mouth, and all you hear is. And then when you come up on him and you hear it in his mouth, his teeth be chattering. His teeth to be chattering with the bone in his mouth. Like, dude, are you okay? Are you okay, fool? That's how much of a fetish he got, where his teeth chatter with the bone in his mouth. That boy's.
That's crazy.
It's just another level, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I've dealt with so many dogs, like caveman. I done seen so many different dogs, so many different breeds. You know, I've been blessed enough to be able to have that type of experience as a dog man, that I've never once witnessed a dog like him, ever. And I've got some crazy asshole type, drivey ass dogs. Nothing like AK though. But anyway, man, let's cook tonight, man, because, you know, this topic right here, I want us to talk about, you know what I mean, as dog men and dog women and the dog game and all this stuff that, you know, we experience as dog men engineers, or just new in the dog communities, whatever communities you might be in, you know, new in the dogs, period. But let's talk about the disappointments. Let's talk about the shattered expectations. And let's talk about, you know, the no clear direction in the dog game, right? The what, the why, the when, and the hows. And you know how I like to start it off. And like I said, chat, you guys participate too. You know what I mean? We all in this together in this conversation, because I want to hear from y'all too. But you know how I like to start off, ready, caveman. I like to let you guys kind of kick off, right, when it comes to this. But when it comes to the dog game itself, right, as a whole, everything that encompasses the dog game, okay, that's, you know, just think of the dog game as a whole, everything in it. And it could be whatever arena of dogs that you might be in, the sporting side, the show side, the toy breed, you know, everything of dogs. So put that in y'all's perspective when we talk about this, because everybody can relate to this conversation. Even though we're the high performance type dog men and engineers, all dog men, women, any dog community can understand this conversation that we having tonight. So I want you guys to think on that perspective. You guys too, chat. The disappointments, you know, like, what about the dog game could create disappointments? What about the dog game could shatter your expectations? Because everybody has expectations coming into this game, okay? What about the game itself, right? The dog game itself could make your direction not clear, right? Because you need to have direction, and a lot of us have direction, but it's not clear. Because I can attest on everything that we're talking about tonight, but I like to be last. I like to let you carry it, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I've already thought about these things, and that's why, you know, these are the topics that we're having tonight, you know, in this classroom. But I want us to all participate, because this is real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know, they might be new to this shit, or they might be into this shit, and, you know, sometimes you need somebody to kind of give you clarification on all these things. So that's what I want us to do tonight. Talk, get clarifications, the what, whys, whens, and hows of this conversation. So if you want to start, ready, K-Man, whoever want to start, please be my guest.
So what, like the disappointments, like trying to buy a dog and everybody's telling you, yeah, buy this dog from me. I got the paperwork, and this one goes back 8 generations. And then you get the dog, you spend all types of money, you get the dog, watch the dog grow up, and it don't even look like nothing on the paperwork. So you just got gas.
Yeah. So that part of it is like you said, that would be like a disappointment.
Yeah.
That's true. What about you, K, man? What would be a disappointment when it comes to this dog game?
Huh. That's a deep subject.
I
My
bet-
biggest problem is with the uneducated public.
Right.
Causes a lot of problems and a lot of bad breedings, a lot of good dogs going unsold, a lot of misconceptions, a lot of bad practices.
Yeah.
No regard for the quality or health of animal.
Yeah.
You never hear about health in these dogs. They just buy. Yeah, and the paperwork and all that, right? You never
Yep,
hear about health.
names and colors.
Yep, colors,
Yeah.
names, size, weight, no health.
But you know what? You hear about the health, like a lot of people doing health testing and all that type of stuff, and
But is that real?
I think it's more or less a sales pitch. That's what I think it is.
Okay, well, some of those people, health testing is necessary in their breed because their breed as a whole is genetically fucked up.
Right. I like that, K, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
We
Yeah.
got dogs in the back.
So yeah, if you breed American bullies, I would definitely recommend you get on the Embark train. But if you breed game dogs or hounds or bird dogs that are all working line dogs and you use them, you never need health testing. Dogs are
They're already ready to go.
Yeah, they've been trial
Already
and error
tested.
for generations.
Yeah.
Well, we got somebody hopped on stage.
Yeah, we got Student for Life dogs on stage, and we got Verde bullies. Now,
So, gentlemen,
do me a favor. If whoever's talking, let's mute our mics because that decreases the feedback. But welcome Verde bullies. Welcome Student for Life dogs, man. Welcome to the panel, brothers.
Thank you, fellas. I enjoy it.
Thank you.
I like what Caveman was saying about those the hounds and the game dogs, that sort of thing, that have been kind of naturally selected for good health over time. Them not needing as much health testing. I think would y'all agree? A lot of the land race breeds like the Bengal and those dogs are still really being used at a working capacity in this world. Would you say the same thing with them?
Go ahead, Caveman.
What was the question? Would I say the same thing about those dogs? Yeah, I would. The working line ones. Yep, not the. I mean, there's different classes. Same with the hounds. There's hounds that aren't working line hounds, and pit bulls that aren't working line pit bulls. They're fucked up. And if you take them, well, of course, he asked about the ones that are still being used. So yeah, by default, I think they're gonna be healthy. It's just when you separate and try to, I want to see how big my Kangles can get. And then you're going to start running into genetic problems.
Right. Go ahead, Reddy.
Me and K-Man was talking about this the other day a little bit, trying to make the biggest dog. Like, what's the next? Can it go past 45 inches at the withers? Because they got bully cutters in India that get up to 45, 46 inches at the withers, and they could still work.
You know what I feel? I feel if first of all, if we're dealing with performance, right? Performance and cosmetics don't go hand in hand. So if you're building your dog as a performance working dog, but then you're trying to make it bigger for no true purpose, right? If there was a reason why you wanted the dog to be bigger and you added something to make it bigger, and you knew that adding more weight to your frame is going to slow down the dog's performance. But because you were, let's say, going defending bigger prey, you needed that size, then that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But if it's cosmetic only, like you said, Reddy, how big is big? What is the purpose for me making the dog so big? Is it just because I want a bigger dog? Is it because my consumer was wanting a bigger dog and because it was fetching me more money? Like, what is the true reason why? To me, that justifies, what extremes you're willing to go. But, it's a song and a dance when you're dealing with a working dog. It's like, for the visual appeasement, do I sacrifice performance for that? Is like that's really what you dancing with in the lab. I mean,
True.
maybe I'm not. I mean, I don't know. That's how I see it.
I gotta agree with you, Coach. I gotta agree with you 100%. Like you said, form follows function, and the reason I would even think about increasing the size like that of a working dog would be because there's a larger predator or larger prey animal that needs to be defended against. I don't think there's I could be wrong. I don't know it all, but I don't believe that there is a breed out right now where maybe, let's say, 3 of that breed could actually defeat a grizzly bear or something. But if you got, you keep working in the lab and stuff like that, hey, you may. I don't know.
I think it can be done. It wouldn't be by itself.
It'll take a long time because of the health.
You got to think about it in our perspective of how we match our fighters. Everything is based off a weight class, and that's for a reason, right? It's for a reason. If it wasn't for that reason, it'd be the toughest man standing, whether you're 150 pounds or 250 pounds. You know what I mean? So us understanding that, yeah, you might be a good fighter and all at 150 pounds, you might be fast and knocking people out, but you hit that big dude who can take more power than you, your punches ain't gonna mean shit to him. And then he hits you one time with his weight and size, knocks you the fuck out. And you could be the best fighter technically all day long. So that's why I say, as man, and we're engineering these dogs to do a certain type of thing, we understand that not one dog is going to beat a bear, like you said, because of the size itself. However, I can create that mentality, though, in that dog to think he can, and then build it to where he has a pack dynamic to where it's 2 or 3 of them whooping that bear's ass, because all that dog needs is that other dog to give a distraction, and that dog that's a killer get it right in the right spot to lock onto his neck, whatever it might be that dog needs to knock it out. You know what I'm saying? Two against one. I don't think a one-on-one play would ever work with a bear dog.
It's just like the hogs, Coach. Just like the hogs, man. We're gonna send the beagles in. Then once we found that hog, bro, we're gonna send that pit. You feel me?
Yeah, hey, facts.
I'm sorry. I think I might have said the question wrong. I wasn't saying that we ever would create a K9 to kill a bear one-on-one. I was thinking 3 dogs at once. 3 dogs fighting a bear at one time. I don't think that there's a breed right now that could take 3 dogs of that breed to kill a grizzly bear. I could be wrong, but that's what I was saying. Not one-on-one.
Okay, that makes sense. Go ahead, K-Man.
I mean, you're talking to mature grizzly. I'd say you're right. I'd say there's not any pack of 3 dogs probably that could kill a grizzly.
Not even the Malackley.
But I will say this: I don't think that it's beyond the scope of reasoning to believe that could be created though. Like I think.
Oh, we lost you.
Yeah, we lost you. Student for life, dog. You better get to where you can get some reception, man. We want to hear you cook, man. For some reason, we lost you.
Oh, am I any better now?
Yeah, you better.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Okay. I was saying I don't think it's beyond the scope of reason to believe that we could create a breed where 3 of these dogs could take out a grizzly bear. So like I was thinking, You know, you think unless we got 3 or 4 AKs, I think that bear be in trouble.
Man, I think that bear would be in trouble with AK and a Kangal. I think that bear
Hell
would be in
yeah.
trouble with an AK and Kangal.
A
Period.
pack of them.
I don't know. I think you get maybe with a black
Pack of
bear.
'em. Yeah, black bear.
But if you are, go ahead, live your life, dog.
I was gonna say, you know, it's also got to be a matter of that pack dynamic. You could have a superstar dog, but if he don't know how to work with the other 2 dogs with him or the other 3 dogs with him, then they kind of wasted talent.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. And that's the key too to a pack, right? Like wolves and shit. Like even with the hyenas. See, you gotta have the pack need to understand, okay, I'm the distraction dog, you the killer. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to have that understanding to where, okay, but that's developing the dog. You would have to take them dogs, get you a damn bear cub and fucking raise it with it and let them dogs fucking practice on that bear cub. And as it gets bigger and bigger, you know what I mean? Like it would take a lot of mental development to get that type of strategy for that pack to be able to knock out a bear that type of size, because the key is distraction. The key is also where you hitting the bear at to get the bear to feel a certain type of way to where it's feeling fatigued, or you know, you get it to where he can't breathe. You know, like it has to be that type of way. And then you got to have a certain level of size, because like you were saying, Verde, with the hogs is like 300 something, whatever, 400 pounds, whatever.
Yeah, around 300 to 400.
Yeah.
Get up to 450, 500. It's possible.
Right. So that dog, if it ain't got enough weight on him, you know, that dog on the fucking flam bam and fucking flipping bounce his ass. So with that bear, which is what, probably 1,000 pounds. I don't know how big a bear, what they 1,000 pounds, caveman? I don't know how much
Thousands, tons.
Yeah, they get up over that.
Man, that bear fucking fling.
Smacking
You're-
them
And
off.
then think about it
If
too.
you're
Like,
running the mill grizzly
it's almost
bear,
like
though,
AK,
you're
right?
talking.
Because I never seen AK in person, and I'm pretty sure when I seen, if I do get the chance to ever see AK in person, I'm almost 1,000% sure I will be speechless. But it's almost like a bear. Imagine seeing 2 bears fighting. You looking at thousands of pounds moving like boxers.
Period.
Like you said, it would take so much training to understand. Like all bears don't fight on 4s. Some bears naturally fight on 2s.
Hell yeah.
Dogs go for the neck. So understand now, not just this dog gonna have to go from 4 to 5 feet. Now you got to go from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, 9 feet.
Okay, so
Maybe 11.
the Kangal, we might see some videos where, you know, a group of Kangals will run a bear off, right? So the key to their pack dynamics is more of a deterrent. Now, sometimes, you know, you get a bear in a corner, just like with a hog, where that bear is ready, you know, fight for its life. Now, what are you going to do? If that dog is willing, or excuse me, not just willing, they got to be willing, but if that dog is able to inflict enough pain, because if you see 2 bears fight, because I know we've seen that, the bear cowers when it can't take that pain of that other bear. They'll fight. But as soon as that bear, you know, puts a couple holes in that other bear where it's like, okay, damn, this shit hurt, that motherfucker run off.
Yeah.
I don't think a dog, even a pack of dogs, will ever kill a bear because of flight or flight. Every animal has that in them, right?
Yep.
So I think
Right.
they run off. Me personally,
They kill
Yeah,
black
and-
bears, but a grizzly
The
bear,
ain't hungry.
a grizzly
And this
bear
won't
can
run.
just swat your dog and break it, or he can just chomp its spine right in half. I mean, they're
even if the dogs did get, just here's another question as well. I hadn't really thought about it. Is where exactly, you know, even if we got a dog with 1,000% mouth, where exactly do you think if they could inflict a kill bite? You know what I mean? Like I think about how their neck is still surrounded by so much fat.
back legs,
Yeah.
back legs and stomach.
they would have to
Okay.
bite. They have to bite the muzzle. Think about any animal.
That soft part.
Any animal get bit in the nose and shit, that's so sensitive right there. If that dog can fucking take a lashing, right, and hold on to his nose, but have that bite power of a Kangal, maybe even more, and crush that goddamn bear's nose, that bear will fucking cur out. That bear will cur the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, you need a dog to do that while the other dogs are picking at the back. and
That's what,
like
I,
get
I,
that femoral artery.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I was about to say that. Yeah, that's why you said the back leg. That's real smart because I was thinking like I really believe that like you said, the right group of dogs they can make them cur out. But I mean, actually, inflict the kill. I guess like you said, it would have to find that arterial. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
I just
that's
don't think they can kill a bear. The bear's just too fucking big, and if they're able to fight each other, their hide has got to be super tough. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I just
they
don't
can't
see it
take that hit.
I say the one advantage the dog would have over that bear is like he said, they don't have the pain tolerance, and I honestly feel like they wouldn't have the stamina of a dog.
right.
If
I
they
agree
could chase,
with that.
if they could chase the bear and
Good
nip at the
point.
back of his legs for a long enough time, they will be able to probably do what they need to do. Once again, with the right pack of dogs, though.
Yeah, they need
Yeah.
the right pack.
Yeah, and like you said, that ain't gonna be consistent. Like every time you take them in the woods, they just dropping grown grizzly bears like that either. But you know what I'm saying? Just
right.
theoretically, you know what I'm saying? Just that's why I love this show, man. You can tell y'all ingenious minds are even always thinking to the next thing, to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? So man, it's always a treat to catch us live, and I'm blessed to be on the panel.
Salute.
Facts. Thank you for letting me up too. Blessed.
Or salute, man.
Yeah, salute. No, all you guys, man. And again, that's why we have this classroom is because it's for us. I always talk about the dog man collective brain. I always call us engineers because we are thinking about the next. This is, we're thinking about these things, even though it might not be possible, but at least we're thinking about it. Imagine if you can get a pack like we're talking about that could pretty much subdue a bear. It might not be able to kill it, but we running that bear ain't gonna handle. We got 3 against 1 bear. I don't care how tough that bear is. That bear's curring out because the dogs, we built is able to handle that type of beating, able to handle that. They're built for that. But like you said, we have to build them dogs. Them dogs ain't out here today. You know what I'm saying? But if we say, oh, that's impossible, then for us the way we thinking, like how you asked that question, Student for Life. You're thinking about it. So that means we can create it. It might take some time. It's going to take some effort, but it's possible. And that's why I love all of us because we think like this. You know what I mean? And that's how we raise the bar. So salute to all y'all. Facts.
I appreciate
plus,
that.
I'm planning on taking 6 to 10 of those dogs with me anyway, not 3. So.
I know that's right.
Smart man,
Yo.
smart man. I was finna say smart man.
Hey, any of y'all seen that movie back in the day, the Bear? It was like about a baby grizzly bear and its moms, and it's trying to get away. It's trying to get to freedom, and this hunter's trying to hunt it and shit.
And the name of it is The Bear?
The Bear, yeah, it's like from the 90s.
I'm going to check it out tonight. No, thank you.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Yo,
look for
but
it.
the bear was like there was a male grizzly that came and saved the cub because the hunter shot the moms, and the hunter saw the grizzly on top of this mountain, and he sent the pack of dogs. It was like 14, 15 dogs. He sent them. That joint was fucking smacking them shits off the mountain. All for that little cub, man.
Somebody in the chat said something. I think Tony said something about The Revenant. I remember that movie for sure. And that bear won't
Yeah, that joint was crazy. Yeah, man. They couldn't mess with that grizzly.
You know what?
Man.
I just seen Matt's Exotics. He just said some real stuff in the comments. I was watching a documentary. Shout out to bro, because that's really also just spiked my brain about it. The Bears movie. I was watching a bear documentary, and it's true. Bears don't back down from fights unless if they feel they cannot win that fight.
Well, that's flight or flight, right? That's nature's law. That's God's law of every creation.
Facts.
Fight or flight. So let's twist that a little bit, and then we need to get back on the topic because we're on a whole nother show now. You know what I'm saying?
My bad.
Sorry, fellas.
No. It's okay.
Yeah, that's all good.
This is good. I love the conversation. But just think about it. I'm gonna give y'all a perspective, okay, in the lab as engineers. Now, when you talk about the game dog, right? Game pit bull, when that dog is willing to take it to its death, even though in reality its mind should tell it like, bro, you're gonna die. Run, live to see another day, heal yourself, come back and get the victory next time, right? The only way you can breed that into any animal, because the American Pit Bull Terrier is not the only game dog on the planet, by the way. Just let you guys know that, which we know that over here, but anyway, to breed that mentality, because it's a mental space. Think about when you talk about boxers or UFC fighters that have heart, right? And you call them, that's game, right? When somebody got heart, even though they in defeat, they still fighting this shit, and their corner got thrown a towel to save your life. Like, bro, you would have fought yourself to death, right? So with the game dog, when you're cooking up a dog that doesn't have God's design of flight or flight, which is just live to see another fight. That's all that really means. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean that you occur, but we call it that because we want to be entertained with the dog, right? Instead of understanding that, you know what, if your dog is saying like, daddy, I ain't got it. Maybe it's because you didn't condition them right. Maybe because you didn't prepare it right. So you need to be, as the corner man, call it out. Hey, done. Let me take him back. Let me go work my dog. Ooh, not throw him in the trash. But anyway, what I'm saying is this. When you're cooking those type of dogs that are one-track minded, actually dumb, really dumb, where you really are not going to survive that victory if you want it in your mind, right? In your mind, you think you still have a chance, but in reality, your body says your body says you're done. If you inbreed that dog over and over again, when you inbreed dogs, they decrease in a lot of capacity when it comes to genetic traits. Mental capacity, you know how the coach says frames, brains, motors. Their motors decrease in a certain type of way. They're not as versatile. They're more one trick. Their mental capacity is fucking, so a dog that doesn't have that fight or flight is a retarded dog, because God didn't design any animal. The king of beasts know when it's time to fucking retreat.
Yep.
The bear, who don't feel pain like we just talked about, knows, okay, if I'm not going to win, I'm not going to kill myself over a fucking fight. You got it. You got it. Because think about it, in nature, everybody, nobody's undefeated in nature. We know that shit.
Man, I hope everybody realize the value of that gem you just dropped. Like, I think a lot of people kind of they miss the point of, like, a dead game dog is, number one, just that, is dead. And number two, that's a genetic mutation. Nowhere in nature is that, you know what I mean? The regular, you know what I'm saying? But man somehow has manipulated that mutation over and over to increase that within animals. But, it's obviously not a sign of high intelligence,
Exactly. There you go. Exactly. But again, if my genetic pool, put it this way, this is just my hypothesis or assumption, because I wasn't there from the beginning of when they were making the American Pit Bull Terrier. We're gonna get on the topic, but we're just talking about this with this, being able to take, run from a fight when you're not gonna win it, like the bears and all the other animals. But over time, right, when you have a selected gene pool and it's only minimized to what you got, and then you have these dogs in your yard that are winners, and that's all you got to choose from is what you have in your yard, and you don't have a palette of genetics. You keep breeding it and breeding it and breeding it, and then, of course, they just become one track. But all you wanted to do is fight till death. That's all you wanted to do. That's all you want. Game, whether it's dead, game, victory, whatever. Then you get that trait, right? So then now everybody thinks when they get these dogs, they need to fight, whether their arm broke, head off, da-da-da. And then if you're not getting it, you're going to keep breeding it the same way over and over until you get it. That's by default that they're getting these type dogs, but they take it as it's a plus, but it's really a minus, because at the end of the day, the dog should be getting victory. The dog shouldn't, first of all, the dog doesn't have to be game to the point of no return. It just needs to be skilled to be a winner at the end of the day. But if you look at nature's law, that's how nature's law is. If I'm the winner, you're going to retreat. I'm not going to chase you down and hunt you down. Soon as you retreat, I'll let you go. We live to see another day. So, we digress off that. Let's get on the topic, man. Because that's a whole nother subject that we can cook on.
Word.
But see, a lot of people don't think like engineers. That's all I'm saying. Like, we're thinking like engineers. That is a defect, student for life. That's a retardation.
Yeah.
Every animal has, or man, or anything that God has created has. Think about plants, everything. When plants get too much sun, that motherfucker retreats. You feed a plant too much water, it retreats. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Like you said, a lot of people also don't realize the correlation between dead game dogs and truly cold dogs. Both of those are genetic defects, and that's why you liable to get one out of the other, because I believe both of those kind of stem from the same mutation.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. That's why I say. Go ahead, student for life.
I was just going back to the subject of disappointments and shattered expectations, man. I was blessed enough to really get a freak of nature as my very first American Pit Bull Terrier, like nothing I'd ever seen in my life. This dog was faster than any Pit Bull I've ever seen, very athletic, could jump. His power was just like nothing you ever seen. This little 40-pound dog could pull my Honda Accord, not with a harness on. Like I'd have some type of rope or something tied to the car. He would grab it with his mouth and pull the car like that. I mean, just like freakishly strong. And after 5 breedings, it was for 3 different really top-notch bitches. I never found anything to surpass them. I've had some really, really good ones come behind them, but I never was able to capture and surpass that dog, man. And that's why I was asking about AK. If anybody could give me any type of feedback on like what I could have done, it's been like 2001, but anything that I could have done to, or could I capture that, or is it a freak of nature? That's something that, it's a once in a lifetime thing, and, just, I got lucky,
Yeah, I was lucky.
Yeah, but what you need to do is get a male out of one of them bitches and a female out of another and breed them. And hope that they, because all of his pups have half of his genes, right? So you want to find 2 pups that each have that different half, and breed them together.
Okay. So like half siblings and run them together. That's how I would like double up on his side of the genetics. Man, I wish I'd known you back then, dude.
It's all it is really is you're just experimenting. You do not know. When we say freak of nature, that is rare. That is damn near luck.
Yeah,
okay?
that's luck.
Okay, period. So that's how we have to understand it, even though you've witnessed it. I've witnessed it. Maybe Caveman is with it. Maybe you guys in the chat have witnessed what you would consider classify a freak of nature. We need to respect the fact that not many, if any, would be classified as that. So once you respect that fact, right, Student for Life, all of us in the chat that's engineers, we know that's probably once in a lifetime for us. And we accept it.
Yep.
That's how I'm looking. That's how I'm looking at my Corso. He might be a freak of nature.
My boy Coda Bear was a husky, Siberian purebred, straight working line, no champion's blood in him. I'm talking popping 6-foot fences, crazy shit, pulling me in 110-degree weather on skateboards. Like people looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, nah, he wants to do this. 3 hours outside, come in 30 minutes later, he's back at the door whining. Crazy shit.
The best thing I can tell anybody when you suspect that you got one of those dogs, man, collect, man. That's my biggest regret in my 42 years of life, was like me not collecting that sperm, so that I could, as time went on, I'd be able to, duplicate that, man. So, if they're still alive right now, you got access to them, man. Collect, because it is a chance that you'll never see that again.
Man, you know what? It's so crazy. Not even crazy, but man, Ready, Caveman, all y'all been fucking with me. Don't I be preaching that same shit to
Yep.
y'all all the fucking time?
Collect that
I
semen.
be in the chat and I be
No
hearing it, so I gotta agree with it still. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yo, because like that's just like getting to find the largest diamond in the world or whatever. It won't find it again. You know what I'm saying? You lucked up, were blessed enough to get that in your hands, man. Like I said, I was a kid. I was 19 when I got this dog. I ain't even know nothing, but I
Man, that's
did know there was something special, and I haven't seen it in any American Pit Bull Terrier since. Not trying to pat myself on the back because I didn't breed that dog. I was gifted him.
yeah. Yeah. But see, you was 19 years old. You know, like I said, I had dogs that I wish I collected back in the day too. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
But we're in the age now, or we're in the stage now in our dogmanship, right? Where we know better. Like you know better now. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
yeah, you wish you could have did it, but at the same time, okay, hey, it is what it is. Now you know what you need to do. So if you're not collecting your dogs now, then you're a damn fool. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Shame on you.
and I just want to clarify too. I said my boy had no champions blood. What I meant was he had no show quality line, as in no show line, and I'm just straight working in champions line. You feel me? But I just wanted to clarify.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, hey, that is a disappointment right there, though. Students for Life. That is. I'll be disappointed about that too. Reminiscing back, like, damn, I wish I would have. You know what I mean?
Yes. the dog that I have is my
Yeah, we all got
avatar.
them.
That's the great grandson of him, and he's showing some really great athleticism. I see a lot of traits from him, but it's just not on the same tier. So luckily, I do have a lot of genetic offspring and stuff like that I can that's what I've been working on, trying to get them back together and that sort of thing, because I think I got a rare family of American Pit Bull Terriers that I can work them as a pack without them, raised together and that sort of thing. Zero problems between each other. Now, any other dog, hey, they gonna do what they do. But I really like that. I got 4 of them, and then all 4 of them working together, man. I feel like I could take on the world.
Hey, let me elaborate on what you just said. So I know, see, always reference Reddy, because Reddy been around since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So all the stuff that you talking about, I put all my puppies, or I call it a pack experiment. And I make every one of my puppies be in a pack.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Because I want them to understand what that dynamic means. Even though you have a high prey drive, you need to understand that your natural DNA is pack. And you need to also understand that, yes, you might get into a scuffle with one of your pack members, and yes, you guys will come and fight and do things, but you don't want to fight to the point of no return. And so what you're doing is legit. And a lot of people are like, how is that possible? There's some dogs that just can't get along in a pack, and being aware that you separate them. I mean, you just don't make it. But I will say this, 9 times out of 10. Oh, wow. Coach said 9 times. Yeah, real shit. 9 times. If you do it as a puppy and you're there to correct them, it's training now. It's called puppy imprinting. You ever heard of that?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I do.
Okay. So
Yes,
if we puppy imprint as the middleman, we the referee, and you discipline your dogs to the point where, no, you're not going to try to kill your brother or your sister in your pack because you guys are having a scuffle over the ball, or you don't like the way whatever. No, we don't do that. If your dog respects you as that pack leader, they will understand when it gets to that point and you're there and you say no, they'll stop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Even if they're killers, they'll stop.
And that's what I think a lot of times when I'm trying to explain that, people don't really believe it, because they're like, I literally have the mother of them is 11 years old. She still runs with them and everything else. She has killed a couple dogs. Now I didn't know, not on purpose or whatever, but I mean, neighbors' dogs breaking in or whatever else. And while she's in heat, I mean, she's literally taken life on a couple occasions, and it's in all of her puppies, man. But if it's a dog outside of that pack, I mean, they show out like you would a traditional pit bull to do, but they also are smart enough to realize that the alpha, me and my wife, they don't play that. You know what I'm saying? They got sense enough to know, like, all right, I might end this other dog, but they gonna end me.
Right. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. But watch this. When you talk about the American Pit Bull Terrier, most American Pit Bull Terriers, their owners keep them on a chain in the backyard. There's no other socialization. There's no other personalization. There's no other type of intermingling, so the dog is left up to its own mental devices. So, of course, that dog is going to be unruly. That dog's only going to, prey drive only. And, if, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not shaping it, it's going to be all bad.
Yeah.
May I ask something, Coach?
Excuse for life. So tap on what you talking about. I got my boy Shaka and I got my boy Jaw, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had them raised together because they came out the same womb. I knew Shaka was the one that wanted to kill shit, and I knew Jaws was more the evil temper. He wasn't really with all that shit, but he'll do himself, but he wasn't with it. But because I knew Shaka and I knew Jaws, anytime Shaka would do what he would try to do, I would correct him. Now, watch this. Because Jaws knew I was always going to correct him, he was never afraid of that energy. So he never played into the curve. You see what I'm saying? Like, if a dog senses weakness, then it's going to keep going until it defeats it.
Man, say it again. There's levels to it, man. You got it.
So if my dog, who might not be the alpha in that situation, Shaka was the alpha, but he knew I was the alpha at the end of the day, and Shaka knew I would beat his ass if he took it there, right? The other energy that played with Jaws, they coexisted, because even when Shaka would do his dominant thing, Jaws would kind of just hold his energy there. He wouldn't fight back. And then because as I grew them up in that pack environment, as long as Jaws didn't try to fight him back, he let him go. Like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? He would never just take it. I want to kill you because I want to kill some shit. Fuck, I'm gonna kill you. But I had to teach that, like what you was talking about with your pack. I had to teach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who's got the echo?
No, I think that's Students for Life background.
Yeah. Oh, there's something in the background. The speaker's picking up.
Probably.
Yeah, it's coming through loud here. It's like.
No, I hear it. But I digress. Let's keep cooking. Let's keep cooking. All right. Anything y'all want to add about disappointment? What about you, Verde? Any disappointments in the dog game as a whole? Your experience as far as being disappointed? And that's anything. Verde.
My bad, Coach.
You
My
muted?
phone was locked. I was unlocking the phone. My bad, Coach. But I got to say, when I first was getting into the game, I was looking at French Bulldogs, honestly. They was catching my eye. I also like Dobermans. I like working breeds too. But except for getting a French Bulldog, I ended up catching my eye, which was an American Bully. So this is around 2018. I'm looking at the American Bullies. I'm looking at standards. I'm seeing the classics. I'm seeing the pockets. And I feel like I'm getting an understanding of what the American Bully is breeding for as a whole, as a community. So I get into the game thinking this is what's right. This clean, correct bitch. You feel me? This 80-pound, clean, well-working, old-school blood bitch. And I'm thinking this is what the people want. But fast forward from, let's say, 2018 to 2020, I peeped this new wave of extremity coming in. From 2020 to 2025, let's just say it's not even a wave no more. It's so saturated that everybody wanting to string bull, to the point every time I'm looking at somebody page to breed to my bitch, it's just, this is all I'm hearing. And it's like, how can I breed to that shit? And then it's like, you check the health records, heartwarmers. That was a huge disappointment right then and there. Because it's like, it's either I'm forced to, chase this wave and breed my bitch to this extreme shit and know that I'm finna turn around and sell people fucked up dogs, but because they think this is what's right, if I do this, this is what's right. But then it's like, no, or I can go find something that breeds like a horse and breathe that to my bitch that I know that it's not going to turn around and drop me heartwarmers and just say fuck the hype. So it was just like it was a real disappointment of once I realized I had to make the decision of saying fuck the hype, and that's pretty much what I did. About 6 months ago, I said fuck the hype, and starting 3 months ago, I actually did the breeding. And starting now I got healthy puppies that looks like conformational American bullies, but I could say now they're hybrid bulls. And the reason is because they got game bred pit bull bloods behind them.
That's right.
And I'm talking Jeep blood and Gators blood behind it. So yeah, my bulls, yeah, they look like bullies, but once again, I'm in Las Vegas, man. I like being outside from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the evening. You feel me? So it's like if I want to be outside for 4 hours, I need a dog that can be outside for 4 hours. Not a dog that I get outside and throw a ball 2 to 3 times, and now I'm sitting up under a tree for 40 minutes to regenerate. Like, nah, bro. And then we talking about conditioning for 3-4 years. How you condition a dog for 3 to 4 years? That should be crazy to me.
Wow, that's the realest shit you just said about the American bully shit, man. That's the realest shit you ever said, because that was something that I ran into coming into the game, trying to be a pioneer and thinking that I can take a bully extreme and make him like a fucking NFL linebacker and think that they're going to respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I came in the game and was disappointed when I wanted to do bullies. I was doing the pit bullies. I called them pit bullies and
pit bulls. Yeah, facts. And now I'm gonna keep it 100. They call them hybrid bulls because that's just the way. And even on classified on paper on IBKC and ABKC and ABR, they'll classify them as hybrid bulls. And then you can switch over to paper and get them. And when you switch over to paper in the paperwork to the next registry, you know what they do, which is so fucked up. They turn them from hybrid bulls to American bullies. So if you got an ABR hybrid bully, and you take your paperwork and switch it over to ABKC, now it's going to pop up as an American bully. And now you can go breed your fucked up shit to my shit that's actually clean and correct. I was like, what? This is what's going on.
Damn.
This is what's going on.
This is what's fucked up for anybody who's in the bully game, right? This is where it's fucked up for y'all. I already pulled my card. I pulled my.
I have my game.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you speak. Hold on, ready. Wow, watch this. This is what's fucked up for y'all in the bully game. Bully game is cosmetic. It's not what it originally was, where they lied to us about the pit bull on steroids. That's what they lied to us in the beginning. Okay, because that's what I believe. That's what had me intrigued about doing bullies, pit bull on steroids. Then it got to the extreme, which is more feature cosmetic based. Now, remember, we just talked about earlier how it's a balance beam when it comes to performance and visual appearance. And if you want a performance, you can't have it both ways. It's form over function. It's form and function. It's all of these things when it comes to performance. So if you want to create, like for myself, if I wanted to create a pit bully, a bully style dog that can move and breathe and perform like a pit bull, I'm going to have to recreate the will, literally. Okay. Now, what's that's going to happen for me as a person that's in that arena, who is in the bully arena like yourself, Verde, or like any of you guys who do bullies. Now you're going to have a whole wave that's not in agreement with what your dogs are. And then now you're going to try to promote your dogs in an arena that is all about extreme features, and you're going to fall by the wayside. Even though you got the more superior dog than them, you're never going to get that gratification in that community. That's what I learned.
And that's what's so fucked up about it. And that's why I said fuck the American bully community, honestly. And that's why I bred my bitch to a pit. I was like, fuck it.
Like you said, Verde.
You gotta do your own shit.
Yeah. That's a disappointment. That disappointed me about the American bully. They won't appreciate that. The most extreme one that does, like you said, will get all the people going crazy versus your shit that's healthy, that's bully enough to be bully. And, you know, they'll overlook your shit. But if that motherfucker's big and fucking crazy looking, big bone, big old head and shit, they're going to fucking take that over your shit, even though that motherfucker might die in 3 years.
Do you want to know how crazy it is? If you really watch these shows, because it's like, you feel me? I have an American bully bitch. So For me to keep up with the American Bully community, even though I say fuck it, I still watch these shows. You know, I still stay tapped in. Something I'm gonna tell you right now that don't get mentioned, that don't, let's say, hit the news, is these dogs sometimes gate the ring 3 times and would drop dead right then and there. You got people gating dogs 2 times, taking them out the ring and throwing ice packs, pitting 2 to 3 fans on a dog. While there's American pit bull terrier shows going on right now, I'm talking the pit bull is pulling itself, choking itself through the whole show. Show 2 hours long, 3 hours long. And I'm supposed to look at that and be like, okay, so this dog that's finna gate 2 times is finna have to get taken out, put in the kennel, get some ice packs and some fans, and possibly might die on the way home. Or do I look at this shit that's really working and really athletic and really is what it's supposed to be? The 3,000 years that went into these dogs is still here. Or am I supposed to look at this 50-year, 30-year bred shit that keeps changing every 5 years? Nah, bro, I'm cool.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. And that's how you gotta think, just like you're thinking right there. That's how I was. You know what I mean? I'm cool. I digress. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But you know it. And again, pioneer dogmen. You guys got to be comfortable with the fact that you're going to do your own thing, and you or a few of us might be the only ones that agree with you. And you, as far as your program, like you said, fuck that. I live here. I want my dogs. This is my dogs and my program, whether it just be for me. First and foremost, we breed for ourselves first. But at the same damn time, you got to understand that when you're trying to correct things that's not, you know, per se or okay with the status quo, then you got to accept that. And you got to be okay with the fact that people ain't going to probably want to fuck with you with your dog. They might downplay your dog because it's not the status quo. So salute to you, Verde, on that, man. I was disappointed in the American Bully. That's why I digress.
Coach, I want to give another salute real quick, man. You aspire, you don't even understand how many people you are aspiring right now to this day. Because let me tell you, because exactly how I said with the ABR, how they switched the paperwork over to ABKC or IBKC, and then boom, it's an American Bully. Right now, you think people is looking at the American Bullies and looking at an American Bully and going, oh, I'm going to get this? No, these genotypes and phenotypes are a whole nother dog type of phenotype. First of all, the American Bully is a hyper bull in itself, which means the American Bully wasn't no dog that we took to take to another dog to get an American Bully. No, this dog was taken from an American Pit Bull Terrier to this motherfucking Staffy, then bred from sister to brother, then inbred this to get a heavier gene type, which they also didn't tell us about inbreeding, to get dwarfism genes and extremity features. That's some of the natural ways to get, but they're gonna tell you, oh, inbreeding is risky. Come on now.
Man, I'm gonna tell you
what is the difference if I so you telling me inbreeding is risky, but if I take daddy to daughter, if I take Dan to sire and I do a repeat, Dan to sire, and then I take them 2 daughters to son, it's a tight line breeding. What is the difference?
I'm gonna blow your fucking mind with some real truth, man. Okay, so and I always put you guys in this perspective because I know you guys are thinkers, so that's why I like to say us. Okay, so because I like to think outside the box to create the circle. When I interact with certain people, I like to ask real questions that make them think, and then they think about what they're going to answer, and then they give you an answer. So earlier on, when I got into the bullies, I was tapped in with Terrell Quincy, and I was tapped in with Chris Moore. I was tapped in with Bobby Deans and these guys. I was tapped in. And because I ask questions that bring food for thought, when they deal with me, they don't, they know at the end of the day, I ain't no fucking, I ain't no bird. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, this motherfucker, this motherfucker, he a real one. So then they open up. They open up when they know you real. You ain't over there, you ain't no fan of dick rider, but you somebody who respect what they got going on, right? Because you ain't gonna get nobody to give you no fucking information if you don't respect them. Okay? I don't give a fuck what you know. You got to humble yourself, right? You got to humble yourself now. And I've always come at every, man humbly, even though I might know more than them. This is just me. I'm giving you all this perspective. So when I was trying to learn about the bully game, I tapped into the founders that would allow me to tap in, and they would give me response. Once I tapped in and they was cool and they knew I wasn't about the bullshit, I wasn't on that chatty patty shit that most people's on. I'm just a real dog man. They probably looked at what I was doing. Oh, this motherfucker's really trying to do this shit. Okay, cool. Then they started telling me the truth about the dog game. Now, what you was talking about, Verde, that's a formula with the inbreeding, all that dwarfism. Okay. That sounds good in its perspective of it could create these type of dogs that they're creating. However, when you talk to these founders like Terrell and Bobby and all them who know Dave Wilson, who know Cruz and all them, who know all them, when you tap into all the people who know the truth, and then they know at the end of the day, you ain't no dummy. They tell you what the truth was. They've been mixing dogs from the beginning. Dave Wilson was mixing bulldogs and shit from the beginning.
Coach seen exactly where I was going with it.
That shit. Hold on. Let me tell you something.
Shortcut.
All of them were. That shit wasn't just Pitbull and Staff. That's Caparoni Capadonna. Okay? I just want y'all to know that.
Yes, sir.
I heard that from the motherfuckers who was there in the beginning when they start telling on each other. Because when the money gets there and they start snitching on each other, you know how it goes. Motherfuckers can't keep it solid, right? When they together, they keep it solid. But then when somebody get more money, get more leverage, and they start telling on each other. And that's what was happening. Motherfuckers like, no. Oh, Dave did this. Oh, we was doing that. Oh, we did this. Man. So the breeding tactics that you might have thought like I did, I thought like you, Verde. Okay, they was taking Staffs, pit bulls, and they was getting these fucking crazy looking dogs. No,
but no, that's not the case. They adding EB, they adding this, they adding Odie, they adding Shorty, they adding American.
Yes.
Okay. Mastiff.
Okay, so now watch this.
I was just going to say Mastiff, literally everything. But coach, that's what I was trying to get to though. Like, it's not just inbreeding and line breeding. They're adding these other dogs that have these other phenotypes and other genopoints that's pretty much bringing these more larger, more bulkier.
Yeah. Now watch this.
Health problems.
We gonna give a shout out to Aria with that Brazilian bull play, right? We gonna give a shout out to all them boys and girls in Brazil for keeping it 100 about their dogs. Now you see them extreme Brazilian bulls, right? All of us have seen it.
Pit
They don't had every X-scale breeder shaking in their boots.
Now watch this. They didn't lie about their genetic recipe like them bully breeders was lying. No. Aria told the truth. Now, I remember when Raul from QBNK, he was low-key hating on them, the Brazilian bulls, because at the end of the day, they got the wave that he was trying to achieve with his dogs. Because Raul is clean and correct. Shout out to Raul. He's clean and correct. So he's going about it the way he thinks it's what it is. He knows a lot. Now, the truth of the recipe is not what Raul understood the truth. Raul came into the bully game plug and play. Raul didn't come into the bully game creating bullies, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Watch this. Now
breeding breed to breed.
Right. This is why we are of the elite status of dog men and dog women. Because we engineers, we know how to make the dogs, these people salivate and wish they did. And then you know what we also do? We tell the truth. We tell you how we do it. We don't lie to you, say we did. Oh, this is pure. That's a Caparoni Capadonna cap gun. We ain't shooting cap guns. We shooting real bullets over here. Now watch this. Shout out to Aria and the Brazilian bull. So when Raul was kind of like low-key hating on him, saying, oh, it's Mastiff, they're mixing shit, what's name? She heard it. She had to correct him. She got on the line. No, we didn't use no Mastiff, but we used this, that, and this enough. So then when she told him what they used, it's okay, because, he knew that there was bulldogs and stuff down the line that was mixed in there. But at the same time, no, what she was telling you is that how do we get them extreme features? We had to take that fucking bulldog 3 generations back, maybe F3, F2, and throw it up in these bullies that you guys created.
She
That's how we
literally
got
called them F1Bs and F2Bs.
that shit, bro. They know what it is. But see, if you're an engineer, you respect that. If you really understand how to make dogs, there's no way in hell that I'm going to make a different dog if we all got the same lineage. I don't, bro. If you inbreed the dog, you'll breed a retard. You're not gonna breed no fucking extreme dog by inbreeding. You decrease genetic characteristics in breeding. You decrease the mentality of the dog. You decrease the fucking size of the dog. You decrease the bone of the dog. Come on. We know that. That's called inbreeding depression. Ain't that right, Caveman? Caveman
Yeah.
know that.
Yep.
And you
Inbred
losing that
depression or
vigor,
inbred
man.
decline.
Okay.
Losing that vigor.
Right. So we as engineers, we know better. But see, when you want to hide something from the public who don't do their own research or they don't cook up their own dogs, so they will never know. If you're not in the lab practicing, right? If you're not actually breeding and then keeping dogs so you can see what you actually did and then you can make your decisions off of that, you will never know. You just believe what people say. So with the bully shit, this is what woke me up. When I start getting, real tight with those individuals and they start telling me the truth about it, then I was like, damn it, I was fucking under an assumption that was a lie. I was breeding. No wonder I wasn't getting these type dogs that they got. Because they was cheating the whole time. And what I mean by cheating is they were lying and telling us, oh, I bred, this one, I did line breeding to get this. No, you didn't. You added a whole nother fucking dog to get that. Stop capping. Stop lying. But we want to believe them as the founders of the breed. We want to believe the Dave Wilsons. We want to believe all these other people. We want to breed. We want to believe the Bashars and all them because they're at the top. Why the reason why they're at the top because you don't know their recipe.
Right.
And then when you breed their dogs, all you getting is their dogs. You'll never pass them. So it taps into what we talk about, the disappointments. So what you said, Verde, that disappointed me about the American bully. Once I start tapping into the motherfucking founders and shit, and they started telling me the truth, and I was like, yo, I was lied to. Now, I didn't tell them that. I was just like, wow, thank you for telling me. But in my mind, I was like, yo, I'm cooking the way they telling me because I'm believing them. They're the founders. You want to pay them respect and believe that they're telling you the truth. But in reality, these motherfuckers are lying because they don't want you to have a sauce. Think about it if we was competing in the American Pit Bull Terrier gang dog. I'm not going to tell you my recipe so you can use it to beat me with it. You stupid? Am I stupid? First of all, are you stupid to think I'll tell you? But am I stupid to tell you my recipe? I'm going to tell you, no, I bred it this and this and this and this and this. You ain't going to know that I added a whole different dog up in there, whether it was a Tosa, whether it's a fucking Kangal, a German Shepherd, whatever. You ain't going to know that shit. Why the fuck do I tell you that so you can beat me with it? What the fuck's wrong with y'all? But if you guys don't have no common sense, like a lot of people in life, they don't know common sense and they don't understand the competitive nature of people, of man, you're going to be lost in the sauce, literally. I digress. Go ahead, man. Go ahead and cook, man. Go ahead. Ready? What y'all guys say? Any more disappointments? Come on.
Nah, I had like that same disappointment with the bullies, thinking they're gonna be successful breeders. My man had 25 when I came in as his partner. He had 25 female bullies. I brought in 2 male studs. He know how to do the AIs, and I didn't even know about none of this AI stuff. I was new to that. I thought dogs just lock up on by themselves. You know what I'm saying? This dude do the AIs. None of these joints hitting. So I'm just sitting back, just buying mad dog food every week. Dog food, getting more dog food than I'm spending on my own dogs. So, and nothing's happening. You know what I'm saying? And then finally we get dogs, but then we gotta go and take them to some crazy ass fucking bully place mad far away to get the surgery for the C-section. And then we bring the dogs home. The mother don't even want to fuck with the puppies. So it's like now we gotta be the mother. Like, yo, what's going on? And then homie sitting on mad dog. He just got mad dogs everywhere. It's like, nah, I can't do this shit. And then dogs is dying in the heat, struggling. I'm like, yo, nah, that shit wasn't for me, man. And then my shit end up dying from no reason, bro. I had my dog was straight for fucking 7 years straight. 2 days before her birthday, I'm playing with her and shit. I put her in the cage. I come in my room. I decide, oh, let me go make a cup of coffee. I go back where my dog's at, and she's dead in the cage, bro. Like, huh? Stiff. Yeah, man. That shit, like the health, they don't eat, they have low, I guess, because of all the breeds that's in them. They got that low lifespan.
Yeah, vitality.
Yeah. I'm used to dogs living 15, 16, maybe 17 years without going to the vet. Breeding, having successful litters by themselves, the mother's taking care of the kids. You see them come out when they like, maybe they stick their head out the doghouse at 5 weeks. Check that shit out. That's what I'm used to.
But see, we didn't know. Like I'm gonna say we, because we all experienced. If you got into the bullies, we didn't know the truth. And when you do cosmetics over performance, that's what happens. When you want the muzzle shorter, what happens to the breathing when the muzzle is, like these are
Exactly.
the things that you don't comprehend until you actually are in it and actually do it, actually buy it or produce it. And you've had other dogs that had the opposite of a short muzzle, and you see the effects of these things, the causes of these things. Then you take the notes and you just weigh them to the scale of your other notes. Then you say, well, damn, this is not a good thing when it comes to longevity, performance, vitality, anything that we are about or what you've been used to when it comes to dogs gets thrown out the window. And then you accept it because the community as a whole accept these things, right? So that's a disappointment. That's why for us who are more in tune with the performance base, speaking for myself, that's why I fucking digress. I scrapped the program. Fuck it. Bullies, what? Nigga, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I got my bullies that I created. I made some pit bullies. I got all my bullies on ice. Okay. Just in case I want to cook them a different way. Like we talked about, collect all your dogs. I told y'all this shit many moons. Live Your Life Dog said he regretted it. All y'all know, I've already told y'all motherfuckers, collect your dogs, your males. Just do that just so, in the lab, you can cook them up a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, if we're disappointed, which we've just talked about, now it's time for you guys to move in another direction with your dogs. You know what I'm saying? And now, Verde, now you might have to call, you might have a whole different lane with your dogs now, because you know what? You're not going to fit in with that bully community because you're not as extreme as they want you to be. And that's fine. That's fine. Be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? There's so many disappointments. And I'm gonna talk about my disappointments, and then we'll move on to shattered expectations. Okay. So my disappointment was in the pit bull community. Okay. I can go in all of it, but I'm just going to go. My major one was the pit bull community. And all of us, mostly, our first love was probably the American Pit Bull Terrier. All of us. I know mine was. Okay. When I was 8, I was introduced to an American Pit Bull Terrier, and I thought in my mind at 8 years old that, you know what, I want to make a dog like an American. I didn't say I want to make an American Pit Bull Terrier. I want to make a dog like an American Pit Bull Terrier. That was my thought at 8 years old, just when I first seen one. I was just in love. Okay. Fast forward to me being able to create my own American Pit Bull Terrier in 2005. Me being 20 years into dogs, period. Me actually, introducing myself to the internet, and me, being ambitious, right? Having ambitions of a dog man, and, understanding what I wanted, because I was a performance man, performance child, performance teenager. I like everything high performance. Okay. Everything I got is high performance. Who I am is high performance. So I'm like, ooh, I want to make an American Pit Bull Terrier bigger, stronger, and faster. That's what I thought in my mind. And I pursued it. Okay. I pursued it. It just wasn't a thought. It was on paper. It was in my mind. It was on paper. It was fucking studied. It was understood. I purchased, and then I started cooking. Then I started producing, and then voila. So to make my disappointment short, okay, because I can go on and on about this one. When I introduced what I had, okay, because at one point I wanted a blue dog because I liked the color blue. When they had them blue pits, I remember my partner first came around, because I had red nose, I had all kind of pits, red nose, chocolate pits. I had all kind of pie pits. I mean, man, been there, done that. Okay, with pit bulls. Okay, I was first one in my little, in about 98. In my little fucking community amongst my partners, I was the first one that spent the money on some paper pit bulls. I spent the bag. At that time, I think I spent like what, $350 for a pit bull? Paper. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no backyard shit. You know what I mean? Got me, I already told that story, but you know what I mean? Got one of them. I didn't even know what my papers was. I didn't even understand papers. I was young, but I wanted to have a paper dog because, that was the big thing in the 90s. Your shit, is your shit paper and shit? But anyway, I had those. So I remember I saw my partner with this blue pit bull. It was just like my red nose, just like all the other ones I ever had. But it was gray, blue, they call it. I was like, yo, that dog is pretty. And I remember him having it, and everybody, I'm talking about everybody, myself included, was like, yo, that dog is fucking, I ain't never seen no dog that color before. Like that dog, that pit bull, ooh, I mean, we was all on it, nigga. We was on it. That was a wave. When I was a wave, that was like early 2000s. You know what I mean? Probably like 2004-ish when I seen it. Anyway, I was like, ooh, I want one that color. That's what I said. I want one that color. So what I did is I researched based off of what I wanted and what I saw from my dogs of the 90s. Okay. I'm just giving y'all why I'm disappointed. Okay. Because I know dogs. And I already had a chocolate red nose that I had my eye on, and because I want a red nose. I know my red nose pit bulls. That's what I want. I want a red nose, but I wanted a blue pit bull too, because my partner had one. And when he had one, we was all sweating this dog. Like, man, we real pit bull dudes. That's what we like. That's what we was about, pit bulls. Okay? But when he had his shit, he shut the block down, and I wanted one, so I got one. So I went ahead and did my research. I knew what I liked in my red nose. I knew what I liked in my pit bulls since I've been having them in the 90s. I was like, because I'm traits. I'm traits. Okay? Performance. So when I call and I'm calling up all these people out of state, that's when you had to go on the paper. That's when you get on the internet and you go on them classifieds. And you hit the Yahoo and you go in and you type in shit. You know what I mean? And you just start calling. That's what I was calling. And when I was calling, I was asking for genetic characteristics when I was calling, y'all. I was asking specifically, hey, man, I'm used to these type of dogs, and I want a blue one, but they got to have this type of muscle. They got to have this type of structure. Like, this is how I was thinking. They got to have this type of drive. I need my dogs, me and my partners, we like to compete. So I'm talking all this shit when I'm talking. And then I came across and, bumped my head. I really did bump my head out there in Arkansas. Hog dog. Hog dogs, he said. That's what he said. These are hog dogs, man. You know, we use them to hunt hogs. That's what he said. Straight up. I saw the parrots. I'm like, oh, that looked like my shit, man. But fucking blue. He's like, yeah, man. You know, he give me the whole lowdown. You know what I'm saying? But I'm naive because I'm around. I just want a blue dog. I don't give a fuck. But he's telling me all this shit. Hey, man, they come from black dogs. We got this bloodline, that bloodline. You know what I mean? You know, bloodlines that where, you know, a lot of these naive motherfuckers, you know, they wouldn't even believe it. They wouldn't believe it. But I didn't give a fuck. But he was giving me the whole lowdown. Okay? I like, as long as it does A, B, C, D, as long as it's got this, that, as long as I get the muscle, because that's what I got. I'm trying to, you know, start my line of pit bulls. I want that blue on my line. You know what I'm saying? Done. Got a female from Arkansas. Got her shipped, California. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So I got my red nose, I got my chocolate red nose, and I got me a fucking blue bitch from Arkansas, a motherfucking hog dog. This bitch right here, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is another bump head. But I get my foundation, y'all. I build my dogs, you know, in my arena amongst my peers of dog men. You know what I mean? We was, you know, we into the wave. You know what I'm saying? We riding waves and shit. So we was into that wave. You know what I'm saying? The blue dogs was the wave. Blue and blacks was the wave where I was at in California, up north, Northern California. We was in the blue dogs, early 2000s. Okay. I get that shit. I make it. Boom, boom, boom. Hybrid vigor. That's before I knew what hybrid vigor was. 2 different family dogs. Boom. We produce, man. And then what I'm producing is just, you know, we set a standard in my arena. We set the standards. Then I fast forward and I get more money and I save my money. I get my property, all the shit, and I want to breed dogs. I got a vision. Man, I want to make them bigger, stronger, faster. I already got 3 generations on my old shit. I already did 3. I mean, I'm good. You know, I want to make them bigger, stronger, faster. Oh, I want to make it. Oh, that's what I felt. Oh, I want to make it. Man, you know what I mean? Oh, imagine if I got these dogs and you know, I liked it when my partner came and hit the block and had us all like, damn, where do you get that? I like that feeling. So I want to come and make something different, but I want it bigger, stronger, faster. So I want to hit the block and have my dudes be like, oh, coach, where you get that? That's how I was thinking. Like, I want to cook to make you be like, yo, where you get, what, you did that? Oh, I need that. I wanted my partners to be like that with me because that's how we operate. You know what I'm saying? In my arena, we always try to hit the next level. Everything was like next level shit. We was pushing each other for that. With the dogs, we was doing the same shit. We weren't trying to make the same shit all the time. I wasn't trying to make the same shit all the time. Hell no. None of us was. So then I wanted to make bigger, stronger, faster when I got my bread up, got my property, got my acreage. You know what I'm saying? Built my kennel out, all my shit, all I want. So then I started looking for it. So now I'm coming into social media, y'all. This is where my disappointment came for the pitbull world. I go into social media and I'm preaching what I'm going to do and I'm showing it and I'm getting every fucking naysayer who don't even understand dogs, who ain't never had no motherfucking real dogs. They got old people shit. They ain't got their own shit. They don't know how to breed, telling me that my dogs is curs, my dogs is this, my dogs that. I'm like, no, you don't even know me. You don't know me. You don't know my dog. You ain't never been on my yard. You telling me this type of shit? Then I hear all the bickering and the backbiting and all the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I know what I paid for all my shit. Right? And this is what K-Man was talking about, the disappointment about people, you know, dogs and all the shit. People want shit they don't want to pay for. This is, you know, I know what I paid for my shit. When I called my homeboy up from Arkansas, because I want exclusive shit. I don't want the same shit you got unless you got something that I want. If you have something I want ready, chat. If you got something I want, I will pay you for it. Because I know what I'm going to do with that. Because for me, it's a genetic piece to my puzzle that I don't have. So if you got it and I don't already have it, or I don't know where to get it, I got to pay you for it. I have to. But in that community, they don't respect that shit. They don't respect that shit, the pitbull community. Then they downplay what's next. So now I'm thinking bigger, stronger, faster. They still thinking in 1990, 1980 and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? That's where I was disappointed. So that's my disappointment. My disappointment is in the pit bull community, the pit bull itself, the fact that we are not thinking ahead. If the pit bull is the most superior dog, why are we not doing like the other breeds, right? All the other breeds progress their shit. Like we talk about the Doberman, where we gonna get into the Doberman on the Modern Marvels. You know, we talk about all these different variants. What are the variances with the pit bull, man? Why haven't we figured out how to advance the pit bull? Well, because they don't like motherfuckers who really think outside the box to create. And then not only that, if we're not competing on that, now watch this. If I can't show you why my shit is bigger, stronger, and faster, then why am I in it? That's why I had to tell myself. That's why I was able to take my disappointment and the love of the breed and the love of me creating it, y'all, and say, you know what? You can't even show them motherfuckers what it is, motherfucker. I'm not trying to get arrested for my dog. Plus, I don't want my dogs fighting for my fucking shits and giggles. I don't like it when I have yard accidents. I don't like paying for the fucking mess. I don't like burying dogs. Okay, so when you grow up in the dog community of the American Pit Bull Terrier hasn't grown up, I was so disappointed that I had to scrap my program, because it's like, if there's no progression in that arena, then why the fuck am I in it? So I digress. That's my disappointment, but I digress. Let's keep it going. Shattered expectations. Come on, man. Already? Caveman, Verde, what y'all got with the shattered expectations of the dog game?
You just said it. They not advancing the American Pit Bull Terrier. That shit's stuck in the 80s, stuck in the 90s. We're not putting that joint in the sporting, in the hunting. What else can we get this dog to do? That's all. I don't know really shattered expectations like that. But that's one for me. What else can we do with the dog and advance it?
Okay. That's a great expectations that can be easily shattered, that has been shattered for sure. What about you, K-Man?
I think the gatekeeping. Yeah, I think somebody might look at like the PSA world and say, "Oh, I'd like to do that." I think I could produce some fine dogs, so they get themselves a nice shepherd or Malinois, and they get themselves a nice bull terrier or whatever, and they breed up some dogs and get a flirt pole and stuff, and work with their dogs, and they try to promote them, and the people just turn their nose up to you because you're not part of the clique.
That's a good one. That's a good one, K-Man. Yep. That's a very good one. You expect them to accept you for the fact that you're a fellow dogman that's in their arena per se, as far as like what they like or what they do with their dogs. But like you said, if you're not a part of the clique and you're not, you don't do it their way, then they don't accept you.
You know what? I think part of it is like the people running this stuff take like a leadership role, and they got everyone under them, and they don't want anyone to disrupt anything, and they don't want anybody bringing any dogs in or any new ideas or techniques, or they want to keep control.
Yeah, they don't allow.
It's weird. It's weird. It's a weird world.
They don't want progression. See, this is why, for me, I love it when I have participation with all of us, even though I'm the coach, right? I like the fact that we're a collective coaching staff. So Me, I understand in my reality, I'm probably more or less a one-man band, but I really want to play team ball. But most people who have a leadership position, they want to be a leader so bad that once they become a leader, they can't let go of the title. Versus someone like myself who wants a collective title of us as a collective community super dog brain that I would love to sit back and allow you guys to carry the weight. See, that's what a good head coach, if that's what I would be called, would do. When you have offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, you let them do you let them do it. You let them bring their ideas. That's why you have them on your fucking team. But what you've experienced, Caveman, and what a lot of us experience is that these people, they want that position so bad that they won't let the team reality exist. And it's normal. That's just like what they say. Too many what do they say? Too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
Yeah. I mean, I had this one tell me that a lot of people aren't interested in off breeds, and then she goes and tells me that that they like the shepherds, the Malinois, and the bull herders. When the Malinois and the bull herder are both off breeds.
Okay, man, hold on. I gotta stop you. What you just said, the key word that you just said is she. Keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she's got a man leading her in the group. Ain't any smarter.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah.
the she part is what you just said, and a lot of them she's, because they're so competitive against the he's, that they're gonna put their emotion behind what they say versus their rationale. And like you said, a lot of these dogs that they got is mixed breeds, but they don't know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? They're just buying the hype of that dog. We talked about these guys overseas, and I've brought up with you guys before how, like I said, I do a lot of studying of, like, I every day I'm studying dogs. Like I go to different podcasts. I got my fucking assistant head coach Chat GPT, my girl. But I really studied these different dog men, these different dogs. I study because I'm so infatuated with it. You know what I mean? I'm a dog nerd. But I told you guys how one of the guys who was buying dogs for the military, and he's like a well-known dog guy on these podcasts, who buy dogs for military, and he's buying them in Vietnam, all the war, like Iraq, all the shit. He said that these fucking breeders overseas that got these Malinois because they want them military contracts because they're so lucrative. When the military say, hey, we need them dogs to be bigger, he said it out of his mouth. They mix other breeds with these fucking Mals and German Shepherds to make them bigger. That's what he said. But at the same time, a lot of individuals who don't understand how to make dogs, they won't know. Oh, no, they look like a Mal. They can't be. No, you just don't understand how breeding works. So that woman who's talking all her stuff and whoever her influence is, she don't know no better because she don't make dogs. That's why she says, oh, we only take purebred and Malinois and all that shit. Like, she don't know that they mix pit bulls and all kind of shit in them damn dogs. She don't know that.
Well, that's part of it too, is she don't know, and she can only go off by what she's been told. And that's how limited her information is what this dude has told her so far in this few years. I deal with it all the time. People, they think just because I'm not in PSA and they have been for 2 years that they're an expert, and I don't know shit, and my dogs ain't worth the fuck,
Right.
It's like, you have no fucking clue there, youngin'.
Correct. Correct. But see, shattered expectations. you expect them to know better, right, Caveman? Chat, we expect these individuals to know better, but don't assume. We want to put our best foot forward and give people the benefit of the doubt, and that's just human nature. Because we just want to believe in good faith that you're giving us what is righteous. But in reality, they don't know shit. They're just spewing off the mouth what they heard versus what they've done or did or somebody else is actually doing in their arena where they can say, you know what? I'm wrong. You're right. They're never going to say that. Plus, they want to have a leg up on you, Caveman, for you to say, hey, I got this, whatever, dog that I cooked up myself. Oh, you cooked it up? Who are you, Caveman? Who the fuck are you? Oh, you ain't shit. Oh, we only take the fucking pure from fucking Persia, where the fuck they get their dogs from. You'll get a pure dog, but if it ain't from where they got it from, your shit ain't shit. That's how they play you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but they'll still buy one from you though, or they'll try to. But they'll tell you what it's worth. Well, get the fuck out of here,
man. And that's why, man, that's why I always tell you and all of you, like I do, be okay, be comfortable with just staying in your lane. Be okay with the fact that it's only going to be you that probably is able to comprehend what you do because you're part of the few that do it. And it's okay. And it goes back to expectations. That's a perfect one, Caveman. That's perfect. Because you expect these people to know, but in reality, they really don't know shit.
Correct.
They have no experience in making a dog. They have no experience of testing different types of dogs, different breeds of dogs for them to classify. Oh, we only take these because these are the best. How do you know if you ain't tested damn near all the dogs that qualify for that category of dogs that your dogs are in? How do you know that that's the best if you ain't never touched them or you ain't never seen them or witnessed them? I would never say that. But I know better because I have a dog palate that is broad. Caveman, you have a dog palate that is broad. Any of us who have dogs, multiple breeds, we can get our mind blown and shattered of our theories of our dogs based off of other breeds. Okay? If you ain't never seen a Malinois that been around a bulldog pack that acts and thinks that she's a bulldog, then you wouldn't be able to say, Mal could never beat a bulldog. Well, shit. You ain't never had a Mal that was raised and thought she was a bulldog, did you?
Right.
Or vice versa.
Well, mine's got bull terrier in him. You can see it in his pups. And that's why I remember I was telling you how my dog had a big ass head.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why.
I'm not gonna lie, Coach. I wanted to ask you that was what it was. What I wanted to ask you earlier is because when you said some of these pit bull folks, right, would just tie their pit bulls up in the backyard with the chains. And I was gonna ask, like, do you feel like that could be a way to build up bad traits and also pass on bad traits? Like just years on of just breeding pit bulls like that?
K-Man can answer that because environmentals play into your DNA, right, K-Man?
Oh, that's what it was.
Called epigenetics.
And I was gonna say, because Caveman, didn't you say your pits? You got 4 of them, right? That roam with each other.
No, that was.
I don't have any purebred pits. No.
Oh, that was one bro that was in here earlier. Facts.
Oh yeah. Somebody did say that earlier. Student.
Because I was gonna ask him, like, when he breed his pits, like, you feel me? Like, when these families get his productions, are they able to keep their pits around other dogs, like not just pits but corgis? You feel me? A labradoodle. Can that pit also socialize and think it's a pack member and possibly even think it's a labradoodle, like what bro said? Because my girl Fendi, she grew up with a husky. She do husky like shit sometimes, and I'd be like, bro, come on now, you not no husky.
Yeah, K-Man, break that down for him, K-Man, with the go ahead. You know what I'm talking about, K-Man.
All right, so you have genes. Everything with DNA has genes that aren't turned on. that can be turned on by environment, by stress or by exercise or anything. So you're literally altering the DNA of the animals or their genetic expression. You know, the genetics is always there, but it doesn't
And
get
what was
turned
the name
on.
for that again? You said
Epigenetic.
The epigenetic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're
because like
go ahead,
the
Caveman.
dog carries the whole genetic code of that gene pool. Just not all genes are expressed. You know, naturally from breeding. But if you turn them on like that, like if you work your dogs, you know, for stamina, you're gonna build stamina in your breed that wasn't there before. Or at least magnify it.
So what Caveman
So
is
in
saying,
like a dumber down way, it's like you can recode genetics by working your foundation in a certain type of way to achieve something in the offspring.
your environment, think about it like this: with human, mankind, everything, your environment shapes your DNA. That's what Caveman is saying at the end of the day, in a dumbed down, more of a simplified version, right?
Okay.
So if you raise your American pit bull, who's a fucking tyrant for prey drive, and you have chickens and all that shit, but you had a puppy, you're raising around your chickens and all these things, and you see the dog want to go and kill the chicken, but you, as the environment shaper, teaches that puppy, no, you don't kill the fucking chicken. And then if it kills the chicken, you give it a disciplinary action to where it understands that I don't want to be disciplined. Now you shape that genetic code of that prey-driven killer that want to kill everything, even your chickens.
For sure. Understood. Salute. Thank you, Caveman, and thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is doable. It takes effort, though, you guys and gals. It's like anybody, you know what I mean? Come on, man. It's like reform. Anybody who wants to be reformed, it's like the military. Military is a perfect understanding of this. If you guys don't understand the military, I mean, a simple way to understand it is this. When you are 18, 17, and you go into the military, Uncle Sam becomes your father and your mother. Now, how they raise you is not going to be the same way as how you was raised, I guarantee it. And because they have ownership of you once you sign that contract, if you do something wrong, you will be disciplined. And not only that, if they don't want you, they'll discard you and give you a fucking either an honorable court-martial or a dishonorable court-martial, right? An honorable court-martial is like, you know what, you just don't cut it. You know, yeah, you want to be in it, but your DNA don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Your DNA don't qualify you to be a soldier. So we'll give you an honorable discharge. You know, we got plenty of recruits. We let you go. Cool. You discharge. But it's honorable. It's not a bad thing on your record. But if you just a fuck up, oh, they're like, man, fuck you. You know what? No, you don't want to listen. You hard-headed. Oh, you want to do all this bad shit after I fucking trained you? I imprinted you like we've done with every soldier that ever came here before you, your forefathers, your forefathers, all the way to the fucking first soldier that came here to America, whatever, right? They got protocol. So that imprinting of that soldier is going to shape you as a man or a woman getting into the military. And if you don't qualify or you do something bad, then you're disqualified or you get a dishonorable or honorable, right? So that's how we do our dogs. You imprint it, even though it comes from his mother and is genetically built to be, you know, a badass or whatever that dog is genetically imprinted to be from DNA, your environment and your instructor is going to shape that dog to be what it's going to be. And you have to discipline the dog to understand that you can't do these things. And yes, you can do that thing. And if you don't have a dog that have that common sense, then you'll discharge it. Or you say, you know what, you can't be in the pack. You can't make it. Or I'm going to call you and give you to somebody else. You follow that?
Yeah.
That's the reality of it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? That's the reality of it. So anything you got as far as, you know, shatter expectations? I mean, you know, This is me. I expected more dog men to think like me when it comes to like wanting to make better dogs. That's what I thought. I thought more dog men would be more creative. I expected them to be that way because I was that way. I expected them to want to have dogs, especially if you have performance dogs. I expected them to want to put the work in to showcase their dogs to make them look like athletes. I expected that, but sorry for those expectations. Rude awakening. I expected people to show dogs instead of run their mouth, but it's more mouth running than dog showing. I don't know. I expected it. I expected the dog game to be more progressive. Not progressive. It's clickish. It's all click. It's clicks. Ain't no progression in dogs. I expected the dog game to be more honest. Like why we gotta lie about dogs, especially if you're not competing. Why we lying? I thought that if I'm not competing with you, why I gotta lie about my recipe? I don't know. That's what I expected. So a lot of shattered expectations in my world of being a dog man. A lot. I can keep going, but I'd rather not. I can keep going. It's just, but then I'll be on a pity party if I kept going with my expectations being shattered. Oh, damn, coach. Oh, another one shattered. Oh, poor you, coach. Oh, you should have known. Like, that's the type of conversations I have with myself when it comes to my expectations in the dog game. You should have known they was going to be like that. Oh, what? You like, they hating? Oh, you should have known better, coach. Oh. But that's expectations. You know what I mean? They meant to be shattered. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Now, no clear direction. Okay. Now, this is a very broad. When I talk about direction in the dog game, this is very broad. Okay. Go ahead. I hear somebody. Was that you, ready? Was you going to dip and dive in that or what?
Nah, I ain't say nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Sounded like it to me too.
Yeah, it sounded like, but maybe he just, said something when we thought he was saying something. So, with the direction, for me, I'll lead. When I came in, I had somewhat of an idea of what your program will be considered a direction. But I didn't know the dynamics of the dog game, as I had an idea in my own mind, but never playing in the dog game arena, if that makes sense. Now, me having an idea, somewhat of a direction, I pursued it, right? And then over time, that direction started to, the navigation needle started to point in a specific direction. And because of the environment that I was in as a dog man, just being in the dog world as a whole, and I'm observing these different dog communities and these different dog, how would I call them? Not enthusiasts, but dog personalities, and I'm experiencing these people. Me wanting to learn. I'm in the classroom. I gotta tell y'all to be, and I'm taking notes, and I'm leaning on the words of these people when it comes to like how to breed dogs and what to look for in dogs, and how to buy, all the things that give you direction. Over time, I was applying these things that gave me direction. Like, okay, I want to do this with my program. I want to do that with my program. So now my fan or my umbrella of dog information for my program is so broad that it made my direction all over the place, because I'm taking different key points and I'm experiencing different dog arenas and all these different things that's giving me a perspective on how I should go about my direction in dogs. Okay. Now, what ended up happening for me over time, many years, I'm 20 years in the dog game. Okay. I thought I had direction, but I really had no direction because my direction was all over the place. I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, I wanted to do this, and I'm listening to this person who I think is telling me the truth. I'm listening to that person who I think is telling me the truth. Like all these things is pulling me in so many different directions that I ended up not having direction. Okay, ties into no clear direction. And because of this, I had to find myself in my program's direction. So then when I started taking away those things that I found out was not true about the dog game, it focused my direction. Now I'm going to digress off of that, but I kind of, gave you guys something to piggyback off of. I mean, I'm going to let you guys piggyback off of what I'm talking about, and then I'll close out on my own end. But, based off of that, how would you, like, what would y'all speak on when it comes to no clear direction in y'all wave of understanding the dog game? Well, I mean, come on.
Well, the dog game always changing up, so you don't really know what's gonna click, what people really want, and what people really want, and what's the breed standard. I think I'm talking about the American Bully, since that was like the last breed that I had that I was trying to do something with.
Okay.
And there's no clear standard. It's always changing up. No one has a standard. Everybody's trying to make their own bully. And I didn't know what was going on. When I got with my boy, all his dogs were small. So he was like, yeah, this is the new wave. I'm getting that Pac-Man breeding done. And that stud was like the size of a Pepsi can. And we got females that's like 60, 70 pounds.
Wow.
It's like, I'm about to get that done because that's the way we headed. Everything was like getting retarded then. You know what I'm saying? All this easty westy shit. I'm like, nah, these dogs are defeated, man.
Hmm.
And they're dying. They can't walk down the block. You gotta do shit to their coat because they're fucking they got all these fucking sicknesses, problems with their fucking coat and shit. They're allergic to everything. Food that they supposed to be eating. How you allergic to food? I understand people are too, but come on.
Yeah,
A
it's a dog,
man.
right? Dog should be able to eat anything, damn near.
Anything damn near, yeah. Because
Yeah.
they do it in the wild and they do it as stray dogs.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So
that's all by design.
no clear direction, I'd say.
Yep, that's all by design. They do the same thing with the weed, so you can't catch the trend.
It's always something new.
Elaborate,
Yeah.
K. No, you can't be. You got to elaborate for us. We in the lab, boys. So come on.
All
man.
right. Well, okay. When you come out with that new thing, everybody wants it and everybody buys it. Anybody with any brains and ambition wants to copy it and make that dollar. But if you change the trend before they have a chance to copy that trend, there's no money in it. There's only money in the new trend.
Mm-hmm.
So you change the name of your weed. Purple weed's not popular no more. Let's go back to fruity. Let's give it a new name. This is the new latest greatest thing.
As soon as you make it, there's some new shit out.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. And that will dictate, obviously, and that's exactly, man, that's a great analogy, K, man. That's exactly how the dog game is. That's exactly how the dog game is. Now, one thing about competition dogs, which we're into performance, performance trumps all. Ain't no trend gonna out fucking trend performance.
That's why they threw the cops into that game.
Elaborate on that, K-Man. What you talking about?
Well, like what we was talking about with the trends, you can't really do that in the game dogs, or like with certain things. So if you want to control it, then you got to control it with the law.
Okay, so now I get that, right? So I get that, but see, with the game dogs, and this is the thing that, okay, when I was young, okay, and naive to man's best friend, and I was more on my testosterone braggadocious type of shit. Me sacrificing my dog for my own pat on my back was a little bit different when I was a young man versus me understanding that I really love my dog and I know my dog would sacrifice himself for me literally. And like, why would I put my dog through that type of fucking whatever pain and torment or whatever for my shits and giggles, right? For my braggadocious bravado, why would I put my dog to the point where, I might bring him back and he might be missing a leg, or I might not bring him back, all for bragging rights and a couple of dollars. Once I understood the dynamic of me and my dog and how much I love my dog, I could not be that selfish to my dog to sacrifice him for bragging rights. You know what I mean? Because I hear a lot of like comparison between a dog and a prize fighter, like a dog and a UFC fighter. No, it's not the same. A dog fight pit bull is not the same as a boxer who's fighting a prize match, because me as a referee, there's rules that's going to protect my fighter. They're never going to allow me to sacrifice my fighter to the point where that dog or that fighter is going to die, right? They're not going to allow it. Like how we talked about how they do it over there in Japan and all that, where they do it till I guess till they cur out or whatever. I don't know what you know more than me, Reddy, about that. But they treat their dogs like royalty.
Yep.
So if I'm doing something to the detriment of my dog's life, and if my dog loses, I'm going to kill him or discard him and all that, then I had to tell myself in my own mind, like, no, bro, I don't respect that. I would not respect that. As for me, I don't respect me for doing that to my best friend. Like, I would never sacrifice my best friend for my shits and giggles. You can't. So, that run, you when you're younger, you do things, but when you get mature, it's like, nah. You know what I mean? It's like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Most of those guys are doing it for big coin. They're not.
Yeah, but come on, okay, man. Like, how big? Okay, how big is the coin? Wait, what? 10,000? Maybe, a couple hundred.
No, it gets up more than that.
Well, I mean, depends
It
on
gets up in the hundreds of thousands for one show, one fight. On the side bets.
Okay, but that's a collective thing. That's not, that's not that's not your person, unless you're dealing with some, unless you got big pockets, you and your team got big pockets and the other team got, you know what I'm saying?
But if you're bringing the crowd, like in the big money, you get paid and you get a certain take of the side bets. Or like those guys, see, back in the days, these guys that were all these big names and like Chickens especially, and a lot of these people running the dog game, they had money. That's how they could do it. And they had people like us doing the work. But yeah, they had money. They were organized.
But
That's
they're
why
like,
their names. That's why their names are in the books.
so they're like the promoter, like the Don King.
Yeah. Yeah, like Kelso, all he did was buy winning chickens and have his handlers breed them.
Okay, so then look, he didn't give a fuck about them damn chickens. You see what I'm saying? He was just there for the money play at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's the same with the dogs for a certain world.
Correct. So it's like, it's not, you know, I don't know. Like I said, once I figured out how I cared about my dog versus how I cared about my clout with my partners and shit, you know what I mean? Then it was like, you know what, nah, we're not gonna let them do it like that. You know what I mean? Like, nah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Nah, I'm not gonna go and have to fucking take my dog to the vet because, you know, or I just felt differently about it once I understood how much I cared about my dog. Is I just kind of felt different, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool and shit, but man, my dog is fucked up.
Yeah, so you feel differently about it after watching the dog lay around for a week, all fucking swallowed up.
Right.
It's dying.
Or it's dead, right? Or it's dead and shit. You know what I mean? It's dead. Like, oh man, I fucking really cared about it. I was dead and shit for a couple of dollars for, you know, whatever. It's just kind of like it changed my whole dynamic when it came to that side of things, when it came to the dog and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, shit, that'll definitely change your direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and then like I said, me not being in tune with that, but me knowing how to breed those type of dogs, and then me having yard accidents, not, you know, like it's not planned, and then I lose or I have an injured dog that I really wanted to keep, but a yard accident ended it. You were like, oh man, I can't. No, this is too much for me. Oh no, man, no. I'm cool with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with making these dogs want to have maximum prey drive, but they're not able to use it. And shout out to all of you guys who take your dogs out and hunt and let them get that, you know, you let them get that sensation that's bred in them. But if you're not a hunter and you're not really out there living that lifestyle with your dogs, then your dogs are going to eventually show you that they was bred a certain type of way, and then they're going to be ruining your fucking life in your fucking yard with yard accidents.
Facts.
And you know, those things right there, they make you think twice about how you perceive your dogs and what you're doing with them and shit like that. You know, which will
you get one of these dogs, you better know how to build an enclosure, because these motherfuckers can jump and climb and fucking chew, and these motherfuckers are something else.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put a lid on them like I had to do with AK. You got to put lids on the top, and then you got to put locks on the latches because they know how to unlock the latches. And then you got to put pavers like I do. I put pavers on the ground so they can't dig. You know, yeah.
Yep, I have fence apron in mine.
There you go. But this is what you learn on the job, y'all. This is that practice that I was telling y'all earlier that I had to do with my new little business and shit that I'm starting. I had to practice so I can make mistakes. You know, and I don't have to embarrass myself when I'm dealing with my customers. You know, I can make mistakes, you know, in front of comfortable situations and people versus, you know, out there in the field and I'm fucking looking like an idiot out there because I didn't practice, you know, and that's how you learn about these things that we talking about with these dogs, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, a lot of times, look at this, a lot of times you get involved in dog communities that you think you're going to be accepted in, but in reality, you just don't fit in that community, period. Whether you have a dog that fits it or not, you as a person doesn't fit in that community. That will change your direction, because what will happen is you will try your best to be a part of it, whether it's the bully community, whether it's the Patterdale community, whether it's the fucking poodle community, German Shepherd community, you know, the Shih Tzu community. You'll try your best, but your personality don't fit with them. And at the end of the day, you got to be okay with changing your direction. maybe those type of dogs, if you want to compete, maybe that's not the type of community you need to be involved with. So guess what? Now you might not be breeding them dogs anymore because you don't fit with that dog community. And if you want to compete and you don't want to have a pet, then you're going to have to pivot. Which will change your direction, which will make your direction not clear.
Mm-hmm.
Because you thought something that you wasn't aware of until you got involved. And then, of course, you know, your vision is now blurred. It's distorted. Your vision is restricted now. So it's not clear.
Mm-hmm.
And be okay with this, y'all. Be okay with your direction not being clear, even though you thought it was. Be okay with that. It's okay. It's okay. Because you're only going to learn on the job. They call that on-the-job training. Until you join the league, you won't know if you are good enough to be in the league or not until you join it. You can assume that you can be a part of it, but if you're not a part of it, how would you know?
Facts.
And when you enter in and you don't mesh with it or it doesn't mesh with you, be okay with bailing out. It's all right. It's okay. You might have to swallow your pride.
Or getting kicked out because you ruffled some feathers.
That too. And it's okay. Be okay with that. Don't be in your Whitney and, you know, try to fight back. You just don't mix. It's okay. You know, because that's the only way you learn. That's what I said. Think about it if you're a professional in whatever arena you go in and you just don't make it. You tried. It's fine. You might be disappointed, right? Goes back to the first thing we talk about, disappointments. But at the same time, it's not the end of your dog man or dog woman career. It's just a fact of being in this dog world, being in this dog game. All these things that you will experience are all going to be learning experiences for all of you and me. I would have never came to this point in my program if I didn't have these experiences. If I didn't, you know, have these ideas and find out as I'm in the middle of them and I've already spent money and done breedings that, you know what, I'm not going to be doing these dogs anymore. And I had to come to grips with my reality and say, you know what, even though I'm not doing these dogs, I know that I can store the semen to where it's not a waste for me. I didn't waste nothing because I still have the DNA, even though I'm not pursuing those breeds, those dogs. What I worked on is still preserved. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's how you guys are able to pivot and accept the bittersweet reality of gracefully bowing out. Gracefully bowing out. Because you know what? It's not a total loss. It's just a change of direction. And another thing you guys need to understand is, if you guys are trying to establish yourself in, let's say, a dog league or a dog breed or dog community, make sure you come in knowing the community you're trying to play in, knowing the league you're trying to play in. As artists, you can't come in and reinvent the wheel. Don't you think, like how I thought that I was going to come and make high performance bullies. Okay? Don't go in there thinking that you're going to recreate the wheel. Like how I thought I was going to make American Pit Bull Terriers bigger, stronger, faster. Don't go into a league that is not conducive with progression. You will never change it. You will never get recognized. You will never get your flowers. Don't do it. If you want to create something that is yours, then be willing to be by yourself and make it from scratch. Create your own community. Like what we've done over here with the high performance working dog community, with the engineers, the dogman engineer, the pioneer dogman, all the shit. Like what we did over here is not what everybody else is doing. That's why it's only a few of us. I knew that coming in. You know why I knew that? Because I was disappointed going into other arenas, finding out that I don't fit. So what did that tell Coach? That told Coach he don't got no clear direction. My direction ain't clear. My shit was just, I don't know. I don't know. I had blinders on at first. I was one track. Oh, I'm gonna come in and, I'm gonna come in and step my, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do like the OGs and step my fucking psych. You thought you was. So what did the coach have to do? He had to change direction. You know what I mean? So anything else you want to add to that, fellas? The direction part? No, we good on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Dylan was, I guess he's talking to Chris was talking to Dylan or Dylan. I always fuck his name up. I know he'd be forgive me on that one. He said it was the traits that were concentrated in the genetics. Each line had different traits, which is why they are two different breeds. I think you were talking about what was he talking about? Hold on. Amstaff took 75 years to develop off of 3 American Pit Bull Terrier lines, Ruffian times Pert and Tacoma, Tomica lines. Okay, so they have their own little conversation in the chat. Shout out to Chris, man. He know a lot. Chris know a lot too. Shout out to Chris know a lot. All y'all do, man. I appreciate all of y'all's minds, when it comes to these dogs. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is why Elon Musk is, who he is, because he got a fucking team of fucking brainiacs. And that's what they do. They talk ideas. That's, what I mean? Like, that's the power of a collective brain. Like, that's what I love about what we're building over here. Like, all of us have ideas. All of us have our vision, and we bring it together. We're bringing it together, which opens up dialogue and like gives us ideas when we're in our lab and answers questions that you might have always had. And now, your brother, he was already thinking that and shit. And, and he expressed something that you was always thinking to yourself. Like, damn, I always wanted, oh, thanks. Thanks. Like, that's the beauty of what we're doing. And understand that it's always going to be a few of us. It's always going to be a few of us. It's always going to be a few Cavemans and a few Reddies and a few Chris's and Dylan and all of y'all. And be okay with it not being an end thing, how we operate and how we think. And, when you get higher up on your level with your program and you start bringing out all the peanut gallery like I get, and the naysayers, spectators, and haters, and, you get the audience and you got a lot of boos, which I like almost damn near overshadows your fucking your cheers, even though your cheers are more than the boos. But the boos always affect you more than the cheers. I know that makes sense to y'all. I know it makes sense to y'all. Okay. You always pay attention to the boos because you expect the cheers. So when the boos come, that shit really affects you because you really put in a lot of work. When you really catch y'all's wave, which I know you guys will, if you guys already haven't, that's what to expect. And you can always humble yourself down. You can always take a deep breath. You can always take a woosah moment. Woosah, you know what I mean? Get your little woosah moment when you get upset and get in your Whitney and shit. You want to flex on these fucking haters and shit. You're like, man, you wouldn't even be at my game if I wasn't on my fucking shit. If I wasn't original and flamboyant with this originality, you wouldn't even care about me. You just scroll past my shit. But the fact that I'm not doing what you're doing and my shit is better than what you ever did, and I'm getting more fucking wave than you ever got with your fucking sheep mentality and your fucking whatever you doing, of course you're going to come and try to knock me off my pedestal because, of course, I'm not you. That's what you're going to do. And that's what you all should be okay with. I want you guys to understand that that's what you're going to expect in the future. It goes back to expectations so that you don't get your expectations shattered. Understand that this is all a part of the process. Understand that trial and error is going to redefine your direction. Redefine it. It might be defined right now, but I guarantee you it will get redefined based off of trial and error in this dog game. And as far as expectations, don't have any. How about that?
Word.
Just let your reality as a dog man and dog woman, as an engineer, manifest itself as it goes, right? Just don't expect anything because, like K-Man said, you bring your fucking, top tier creation to these people who's already the gatekeepers, and they fucking take your shit and throw it in the trash before you even introduce it. As soon as you open your mouth, they throw it in the trash. Like, damn, I didn't even show you my dogs. But if you don't have no expectations of them to accept you, then it is like it won't affect you. It's like water, what they say, water on a duck's back. If you know they're going to hate on you, like I already know they're going to hate, and they're going to be hundreds and thousands of people in your comment section debating against you, you will never answer not one motherfucking comment anymore. I don't answer no comments. People that say some positive shit, I'll give them a like so they know, okay, coaches, you know what I'm saying? I'll just give them a like. They, oh, coach like my shit, cool. So they coach paying attention. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I ain't in there fucking commenting. Why? That's what they want me to do. Like, oh, I got under the coaches. Look how coach responded. I got under his skin. Oh, look at I got him.
Yeah.
That's how they think. Come on, Reddy. You know that's how they think.
Exactly.
I got him. Coach mad. Coach is mad. Coach is in his Whitney. He say he's not in his Whitney. Nah, motherfucker. I don't even respond to y'all motherfuckers. But I guarantee they're going to show up to my game.
Yep.
I guarantee you that. So only over here, guys and gals, is where you're going to get respected. Over here in the classroom with your peers. Outside of us, they're going to hate on you, man. They're going to fucking, they're going to doubt you. They're going, they're going to try to push you in another direction. They're going to do everything to deter you from making dogs better, progressing in your program. They're going to do all that. They're Mr. Know-it-alls without the data, without the hours, the work hours, the man hours, without the study hours. They don't study, right? They don't do none of these things that we do over here. They haven't made no mistakes because they ain't never progressed. They ain't never pushed the limits. How you going to make mistakes when you in your fucking comfort zone?
Exactly.
I mean, you can't, right? Because you're safe. You're comfortable. Where's the room for a mistake? There ain't none. But if you keep pushing the limits, of course we're going to have more failures than successes because that's what scientists do. That's what we do. We know this. That's what motivates us to keep going, to make it right. Keep pushing, keep going, keep pushing, keep trying, keep going, keep going. Yep. But see, we're smart enough to understand that we got to correct ourselves too. when we make the mistake, we need to go to correct them. We don't just keep making the same mistake over and over again. But I digress, man. Anything else you guys want to add? Chat, anything you else want to add to this
I
topic?
was gonna say, like, all these dog breed groups be on that same thing, like with the pit bulls. When you showing your dog, they be like, that's not the dog. That's not the breed. On every breed. But the pit bull group is the loudest.
Correct. And I know what you know what I feel why they are, because they really think that the pit bull is like no dog can beat the pit bull, and that's where they're fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's where they get their reality fucked up, because they don't have a palette of experience with other breeds that are warrior type breeds. So and you know what I mean? Like I said, when you're not like I said, if you're not a dog enthusiast like we are, and you have different breeds, and you've had a situation because you've had other breeds, and you've seen another breed dominate your so-called undominatable, if you want to call it that, breed, and you see it, then your mind will change.
They wouldn't even admit it.
Oh, Verde says something factual. They won't even admit it.
Man, look, two years ago, my cousin had a pit bull. The first time I brought my husky around her pit bull, when I say we had to separate and never bring them two dogs to each other again, my boy tried to pit that pit down. Right hand on God. Before that day happened, in my head, pit bulls is dominated. Pit bulls. After that day, oh, nigga, a husky will pit a pit bull down. And I'm talking a real working bred. Oh, really want to go 150 miles, real stamina. I'm talking 2.5, 3 inches fangs. I mean it. I'm talking, oh, ain't no 4-finger snout. I'm talking 5, 6-finger snout. That pit bull don't got shit on this husky. First day I got a reality check about the pit bull, for real, for real.
And the only way you knew that is based off of that situational experience that you had, right? So that's why I respect dog men and dog women who've had multiple breeds, because you would never say out of your mouth that one breed is more dominant than the other. It's just like, it's like a black man versus a white man, and say all black men can beat white man's ass because genetically they're built stronger and shit. Like, no, that's not true, because I've grown up with some white boys that'll fuck a nigga up. Period. And motherfuckers around that white boy respect them for that. You know why? Because they seen it. Now, if you ain't never seen that, you might think that because you're black, you're going to fuck any white boy up. I'm superior until you meet one that'll fuck you up. Then now you're going to give that, you're going to get a white boy some respect.
Right.
You're not going to assume nothing. You're not going to assume. And that's the same thing with these dogs. Okay? When you love dogs, performance dogs, competition dogs, combat type dogs, right? Hunting dogs, when you love them and you have a palette of them, and then you've seen them compete in any type of capacity of competition, there's where your perspective of your dogs, you're not going to assume shit. You because you don't know what heart is in that fucking dog to begin with. You don't know that the genetic capabilities of them dogs to begin with if you've never owned them and seen them. Goes back to expectations, huh? Goes back to that expectation thing. How they can get shattered about how you think, ain't nobody gonna be the pit bull, ain't nobody. All right, I mean, it might not. But have you had another dog to know that? No. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Have you like you said, have you raised the whatever? Like, bro, I had a Frenchie. I raised with band dogs and pit bulls that was fucking going hard on my fucking band dog when they were puppies now. But that French bulldog thought he was a goddamn fucking pit bull. Because he was raised with him as a little puppy. The little nigga, they was raised, I put them together on purpose because they was born around the same time. And he was over there biting them damn pit bulls and making them motherfucking pit bulls. Because in his mind, he thought he was one of them. Now, I'm sure the pit bull would eventually fuck because it's small by weight. But the energy, you got to understand the spirit. That's another thing that we talked about with cloning.
Send them.
Remember how we talked about the clone shit, right? How cloning and why they don't do a racehorse and all that shit. But even with cloning, right? You can clone and make a genetic makeup the same, but you cannot put that same spirit that was in that clone in that fucking duplicate, that replica. It don't happen that way. So you can have that clone genetically copied, but that spirit is not the same. So that clone will not be the same as the original, period. I don't care how close they look together. You cannot clone the spirit of anything because the spirit belongs to God. It don't belong to man.
Facts.
So that spirit in that French bulldog thought he was the shit. Not only did he think he was, he acted like it. So those other dogs who only knew him as one of them, they didn't see him as, oh, you're just a small Frenchie. They seen him as, oh, you've been wrestling with us since you was out the womb. So when he fought them and how they was biting him, right, he didn't care about their bites because it didn't affect him.
Nope.
But when he bit them, he was biting them to fucking hurt them.
Yep.
And it was hurting them. And because he felt that, the little French bulldog felt that in his spirit, in his mind, he thought he could beat him. And in their mind, they knew like, oh, when he bites, he's trying to hurt us. When we bite, we just play. That's a spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's not every French bulldog is going to be that way, but in his mind, that's what he thought. And I saw that firsthand. That shit blew my mind when I saw it. Like, these motherfuckers can kill this little motherfucker, but they respect him. And he think he can beat them, literally. He thinks he can beat them. And when they bite him, he don't fucking make no noise, no nothing. But when he's biting, he's trying to hurt him. Expectations. I would never say that. Real shit. I would never say that if somebody told me, oh, yeah, man, that French bulldog will fuck up your bulldog and shit. Like, yeah, right. Oh, okay. All right. Have you seen it before? Huh.
I think I'm just gonna quit fucking around. I'm gonna go get me a honey badger.
Okay. Well, that's the same concept, caveman. See, caveman come in with them jewels and shit. The same. You look at the honey badger and how the honey badger dominates what it dominates, and the size of a honey badger.
Yeah, but they're built to take abuse too.
Yeah. They don't.
They're not. You know what I mean? They're not built equal like the dogs. They're all pretty much got the same skin and that.
They're
weak. Like
But
the honey
some
badger's
dogs-
got
But watch this,
tough
caveman.
skin and flexible cartilage.
But some dogs don't feel pain.
Yeah, but that don't stop them from getting mauled to death.
I mean, true, right? However, if your dog don't feel any pain and your dog feels, let's say your dog, the other dog has a higher, let's say.
Yeah, I get that. I'm talking about what we was talking about earlier about being able to
take damage.
To dominate a fight or
see.
Like, I mean, they can take the pain, but they can't take damage. Whereas some animals, like the honey badger, is built to be attacked and not get injured, like critically injured.
Right.
So is a badger. Possums. Like, I caught a badger in a trap, and I put a beaver trap over his head to kill him. These traps close around the beaver's body and squeeze him to death, right? Well, I put this over this badger's head, and I took him out of the foothold trap, and I threw him in the trunk of my car, and I drove from that town back home. And when I got home and took the badger out of the trunk, he was still alive.
Damn.
And
That's
I ended up
ugly.
shooting him. I didn't see how long. I didn't see if the trap would kill him. I'm guessing the trap wouldn't even have killed him.
Yeah.
They built for that.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
Caden,
these traps, even under the water, will crack a snapping turtle shell.
Mm.
oh,
Because I've caught snapping turtles on them, and it breaks the shell on them.
Dang.
So, yeah, it takes a pretty good man to set one spring, and they have 2 springs on them.
So so let's say as engineers, can we breed that level of toughness, that level of durability in dogs? Can you breed that into a dog? Is there any dog that has that level of durability that you know of a breed? Is there any dog that has that type of coat that can take? I mean, maybe not that level, right? Because that's pretty extreme what you talked about.
Right.
But let's
there's dogs with thick leathery skin, but as far as having cartilage for bones where you're flexible and stuff like that, no.
Okay.
But yeah, they're like your bird dogs have thick skin so they can run through the briars, and I'm sure like the pit bull and the Tosa, they have thick skin so they can take the fangs.
Like the Shar-Pei, they got that loose
Shar-Pei.
skin.
Neapolitan Mastiff.
Yeah, all your mastiffs got pretty thick skin.
Yeah, okay, then that makes sense. But like you said, the bone and stuff like that, once they get you that hard part, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a wrap. There's no
Just
way.
like with the bear swiping it. Bow! Just breaking them in 2. Ripping them in 2.
Yeah, yep. But just the total strength. Yeah, so there's but again, nature's law is they're pack animals. Even with the hyena. Think how the hyenas deal with the lion. The lion's number one fucking nemesis is the hyena. Smaller than them, but they're pack. Everything is in a pack. So
they be fucking with them lions.
They do the distraction move. You know what I'm saying? So the lion might have one of them in their jaws, but then they come in there, being hyenas, and eventually you're gonna have to fucking deal with them biting you all over the place. Then you let go of the other hyena that you got in your mouth.
Yeah.
So.
Them wild dogs though go crazy for real. It took me a minute to learn about them wild dogs. When I was a kid, I used to think wild dogs was hyenas, but I was like, nah, them are real wild dogs in Africa. Lions, everything running from them things. Packs up to 700, 1,000, 2,000.
That'd be crazy.
Painted wild dogs don't play.
Strength in numbers. Strength in numbers. And it goes back to what we were talking about, how a bear only retreats when it knows it can't win. So, if you got a pack of fucking chompers, even though you might be the strongest one in the jungle, you're like, fuck, I can't fucking beat all these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Let me retreat.
Somebody in the chat, can one of y'all look up what is the bite force for a wild dog? Because if I leave the it's gonna kick me out.
Yeah, let me see.
I would like to know the bite force because I want to say they got a pretty powerful bite force. What on them?
Let me ask the assistant head coach.
The hyena is the one with the bite force.
Hyena got the crazy bite force.
No, I heard about that one too, though, for sure. Because I want to say they bite stronger than lions, right?
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, they crack
lions
femur
is pretty
bones.
weak. Lions is like what, 500-600?
I think a lion. What the hell is it?
Because
think the lion's like
right?
7.
They gonna eat the meat. They really leave the carcass. So hyenas, that's what they gotta feed off.
They bite. They eat all of that shit. Everything.
The African wild dog is 340 psi.
Oh, that's young.
It's like pit bull.
Yeah, it says 340 psi. The Kangal is still the top dog for the. Hey,
What's the hyena and lion?
The spotted hyena is 1100 psi.
And thank you for that info, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Hyena 1100.
The gray wolf is 450.
Oh, that's young money. But still can't take them out without a pack of dogs.
Which one are you talking about?
A gray wolf. That's the big wolf.
Yeah, that's the big wolf. Yeah.
But we still need a pack of dogs to take that joint out instead of having a dog like the Conde Corso that I got, 700 psi. That should be able to take, one of them should be able to take out one gray wolf. But no.
They don't have the stamina. But not to say, see, that's all a case by case. Because when we say this, we think of gray wolf, we think of them all being an old dominant male that's, a certain size. Well, not all the wolves out there are a full grown male. Some of them most of them are juveniles, some of them are females, some of them are young males, some are alone, some are, in big packs.
What about the ones that's coming in for the dog for food?
Coming in to kill the dogs? Yeah.
Yeah, that's food.
Yeah, that's when you're talking multiple wolves. Usually.
Okay, I asked our assistant head coach, Miss ChatGPT, about the big cats. Who has I see you guys talking about the jaguar and the lion and stuff like that in the chat. So I asked her which big cat has the strongest bite force. So it says the jaguar, aka the panther, has the strongest, 1,500 to 2,000 psi.
Damn.
Lion has 650 to 1,000 psi. Tiger has 950 to 1,050 psi. The leopard has 550 to 600 psi. The cheetah has 475 psi.
Pound for pound. Oh,
then she breaks down why the jaguar wins, right? She says its shorter, broader skull gives it more leverage, uses a piercing bite to the skull or brain stem, unlike lions or tigers that suffocates the prey. Can crack turtle shells, caiman skulls, large bones, a rare ability among cats. So while the tiger may be the largest and has immense raw power, the jaguar's bite is the most powerful and effective per unit of body size. The strongest bite in the entire cat family is the jaguar.
So that's crazy. So
pound
you got
pound the baddest motherfucker.
Facts.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
You've seen them hunt them caimans, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You see how they be carrying them goddamn fucking crocodiles up trees and shit?
Hell
yeah.
Thanks.
Well, yeah, the leopards, they can take a gazelle or something or impala in their mouth and jump.
Jump up there.
Jump right off the ground and carry it up a fucking tree.
That's crazy.
No problem.
And I was just thinking about it like what Coach just said. It's like, that's how crazy Mother Nature is. It's like lions, right? They approach from the front and stalk. Tigers, they stalk from the back and make sure you're not looking. But a jaguar, bro, you don't know if they in front, the back, on a tree, but you know if they do get you, bro, they coming for the brain. They not, that's crazy. Like,
nah, yeah, they coming for the kill. That kill.
Yeah, like real life. Like that's kill for real. Like that's real. I don't think bro, I'm like, yes, I'm a dog person, but I say I'm an animal. Like I love animals, but I never came across that about a jaguar. Like they go for the head.
Yep, mountain lions do the same. They're trying to sever your spinal column in the back of your head.
And paralyze you. And it's really the quickest way to take you out. Because even like Wow.
Like the snakes and shit with the venom. You know, with the snakes, you know, they hit you with that venom to fucking immobilize your ass.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that shit crazy, man. Man, that's why I said it's like, damn, why didn't God make a super dog like he made a super cat? You know what I'm saying? Like I
No
was like,
cap, because I'm like, bro, the jaguar. I'm really trying to process that. Like, yeah, I would not want to encounter that. Like, oh no,
They made that Wolverine though.
man, for real.
yeah, the Wolverine.
I think a dog like that would dominate the globe.
That's why I thought like the bear. I would think the bear would be the closest to a damn dog.
They were saying that.
Like that's God's dog. Big dog will be a bear. Because it's like, why would God make big cats and then don't make big dogs? I don't know. That always puzzled me in my mind. Like, sheesh. He got the big cat.
Have they been extincted?
Yeah.
That could be true too. Okay, man. We would
Something
never know.
Right. Too useful a tool they didn't want us to have.
That's a fact. It could be extinct. You're right. Because everything, in nature, everything has is contrast to it. Like everything has is extreme in nature, right? Even with the birds, everything has
Imagine though, like my dog ain't even 200 pounds, and you know how wicked that motherfucker is. Imagine if he was 1,000 pounds and ran in a pack.
Oh.
What would, you know what I mean? They would literally dominate the planet in no time. There would be nothing left, I think.
It could be like the direwolf situation, like to the point where it causes self to go extinct.
Right. It'd eat itself out of house and home.
Yep.
A gray wolf can eat 30 pounds at one sitting. Imagine if that motherfucker weighed 1,000 pounds. Or 600 pounds. And there were 17 of them.
Groups of fucking bears and bison.
What's that?
What'd you say they weigh, caveman?
1,000 pounds.
Yeah, like a bear or a big cat. Like a tiger, you're talking 700 pounds. A male lion, you're talking 550.
Right.
Imagine a dog like that.
Right. Yeah. Damn it.
750-pound dog or something. In a pack.
Yeah, that had the stamina of a gray wolf.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, and a dog that big, he's gonna be clearing fucking 40 foot every stride. You know, he's gonna have to eat fucking 3 deer every day.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have to move to Africa and just start eating elephants.
That's probably where he would be at in Africa. Cause that's where them extreme or in the rainforest where there's a lot of food to eat. That's the only way you can survive. But
big game.
Think about the dinosaur, right? And how mankind kind of bumped their head on those fossils and shit and the type of fossils they found. So I'm sure they've existed. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I'm sure they've existed before. They had to.
Yeah. You know what? They'd have to have a really slow birth rate to not overpopulate in a hurry. There has to be something to check them. What's that?
The big cats, the bears, they have multiple, you know what I'm saying? Like they have multiple litters as far as like, they have 3, 4, 5 cubs, 6 cubs. So I can see them multiplying like that. And with nature, everything eats itself.
You
feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like nothing goes to waste in nature. So whether it's
they would keep each other in check, wouldn't they?
Yeah, like it's gonna balance itself out. It's only when man fucking environment up that things get fucking overpopulated or extinct. Is when we fuck with it.
Yep.
Hey, TESD. The topic is on the ticker. I don't know if you're looking at the screen, but we were just talking about disappointments, shattered expectations, and no clear directions in the dog games. The what, whys, wins, and hows. Man, we had a great cook up. So please go back. Plug in your headphones or whatever. And just pay attention in the classroom, man. We cooked up. I mean, we cook up every classroom, but we did another great job tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? With the conversation. So that's the topic. Oh yeah, man, we know TESD, man. He just abbreviated this shit this time. I forgot I forgot your abbreviation, man. But yeah, that's the topic. You remember TESD, right? Ready?
Yeah.
You remember his acronym, what it means? He had it spelled out last time. Come on, TSD. What is it again? But yeah, I remember you, family. But shit. Hey, Caveman, are you gonna be available online next classroom next Thursday?
I'm not sure. It won't be with this hotspot. But
There we go. Therapy emotional support dog. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute. Because we can do another modern dog marvels, and we can do either the Hound or the Doberman if you are going to be available.
yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have that covered yet. I don't want to say no, but I can't say yes.
Okay. Well, just
At this point.
know how to reach out to us or whatever. Let
But,
us know, and we can cook on that. Hey,
But I'd rather miss the Doberman episode than the Hound episode.
okay, so that'll give us a playbook too. So if you don't make it, then maybe we'll just do the Doberman. Me and Reddy, we'll just do the Doberman, and we'll do
And
that.
then you have somebody else in the chat that was
Yeah,
Doberman expert.
it was. Well, he wasn't a Doberman expert, but he was inquisitive about it. It was Bando.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
Bando. So
Bando, huh? He's got all bulldogs, don't he?
for the most part, bulldogs or band dogs. Right now, he got terriers. Right now, what's that? Bull terrier.
Yeah, he got bull terriers and band dogs.
Yeah, band dogs. Yeah, but he was inquisitive about Doberman, and of course, we've talked about the variances. Shout out to Reddy. And so I was like, man, maybe we should do a modern dog marvel on the Doberman Pinscher or the Doberman period, all the different variances. So
And Caveman got the big boy Dobermans.
Gladiators.
Yeah, the Warlock.
Yeah.
Gladiator Warlock.
I seen I came across the 75-25% today. It was a 25% European, 75% American. I'm not gonna lie, she was a really nice bitch, but it's not even no buts. It was really more so like actually seeing a Doberman work in person and take off, and it shell shocked me like how big she was, but how easy she moved. It was kind of a shocking.
So what would they call that? What would they call that Doberman? That cross between the two? What would they call that one? Is there?
So when I approached the gentleman and asked him, because I seen the tub on like the tub chest. I call it because like the chest, like her chest was like it had that European chest to her. So when I asked if she was a European, he just went to say she's a Doberman and just gave me the percentages. And when he gave the percentages, I just kind of understood, just dealing off of some pit bulls, like how people be like it's 25, 45, or 2/4 this or 1/8 this. It's that's kind of how I took it in a way.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I'm clueless about that. Like I said, Reddy knows more than me. K-Man knows more than me about Doberman. So
I'm gonna keep it 100. I wouldn't even be able to say, like, you feel me? Like it's kind of like the American bullies in a way. Like I say, it's we're dealing with hybrid bulls. So sometimes you might hear somebody go, "Oh, I got a 2/4 Ranger bull, 1/8 Gotti line," except for saying I got 5 times this or 2 times this.
Yeah.
I feel like except for him saying the bloodlines, because he just kind of probably assumed that I wouldn't know the bloodlines, he just gave me the percentages.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like I said, where on the internet are they doing the reverse engineering like we do? You know what I'm saying? We have inquiring minds, and then we go reverse engineer it with modern dog marbles. You know what I'm saying? All the ones that we did so far, the American Pit Bull Terrier, the Patterdale, and the Yacht Terrier. We just did the Kangal, which was a dope one. We did the Mal and the Dutch Shepherd. You know what I'm saying? Now we gonna do the Hounds and the Dobermans. Like,
It's mad more to go.
oh man, I mean, come on, bro. We gonna, but see, those are the ones that you really gotta pay attention in class. So those ain't gonna get a lot of views. But for those of us who really like that type of shit, man, that's some good ass shit, man. I mean, we learned a lot in them breakdowns, man. I know I did. You know, just going through and doing that and just talking about it, like we learned a lot. So,
and we made our own pit bulls.
And we made our own pit bull. You know what I'm saying? That's over. You know, hey, we did that just to show, you know, just the bulldog world. Like, bro, that shit ain't rocket science, man. It really ain't. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, to each their own. You know, but it was very interesting learning about them terriers and learning how they, you know, the different variances of terriers and how they cooked them up into different regions and shit like that. That shit was interesting.
Yeah.
You know, so, but we would never know this if we wasn't trying to find out. That's all. If we just assumed this shit, we would never have a clue. And I'm just grateful that we have minds to where we really want to know. And so that now that we know, it's like, okay, it gives you ideas to where it's like, okay, anything and everything is possible. I mean, how far do you want to take it?
Word.
It's possible to create a dog that can kill a bear. How far do you want to take it? You know, it might be a lifetime of your work, might be half your lifetime, but you know, if you're serious, you can really do it. But I mean, how extreme and how much passion, how much work ethic, how much sacrifice are you willing to take to deal with that trial and error? Because you're probably gonna lose more. No, not probably. You're gonna lose more than you win in that process for sure. Until you fucking, I got it. I did it.
I think you probably lose dogs with every bear.
Yeah.
That's what I
You're
said.
talking grizzlies.
That's what I'm saying.
I think you're gonna go out there with 6 or 8 great big huge dogs, and the bear's gonna kill 1 to 3 of them. You know, while the other ones are killing him.
Yeah. You're gonna lose more than you get the W's. You'll lose more.
Wow,
So
he's eating him.
No, they can kill black bears and mountain lions, but grizzlies are a whole nother story.
Yeah.
And then you got polar bears. You want to start fucking around?
Nah, fuck that, K man. Come on now.
Hey, Derek, he just said some shit, bro. The Greyhound X American Pit Bull Terrier is like.
That's what do they call that, K man? They call
I don't
that.
even know what you call it.
They call
That's a
that
bull lurcher, right? Ready?
That's what it's called.
They call them bull lurcher.
Yeah. Yep. They already cooked that one up, Verde. The bull lurcher. That's what that is. Pit bull with a greyhound.
And the whippets, and then y'all seen how they crossed the whippets into it to get them faster, and man, that should be crazy.
What are those whippets that got the double muscle gene? What do they call those?
I don't know. That's all they are.
Just a double.
They're just an anomaly within the whippet breed. They're not like a breed.
Okay, so it's just a whippet.
Same with the greyhound. Greyhounds have the same thing.
Happens. Yeah.
That shit is crazy looking, man. It's not good for performance, but it's good for looks.
Well, it's good for breeding.
That'd be that Scotland blood that be carrying that shit though.
Okay, man, you said it's good for breeding. What you mean?
Yep. You can't. That dog ain't worth the fuck, but his offspring will be top performers when you breed him to a normal one.
But you don't want it to show the double muscle gene, right?
Well, the offspring won't.
Okay.
Because like a recessive, the mom don't have it, so the offspring won't. But they'll be turned up a little bit.
Ah.
That's what they say anyway.
Interesting. Yeah, that shit.
That that dog ain't worth the shit, but his offspring will be the best.
Yeah, it goes back to what we were talking about with form over function type of shit. With with those genetics, that type. You will want to see that because it look cool, but when it comes to performance, it's fucking worthless. It's like, bro, that
Well,
dog.
kind of what it is they're looking for dogs that have like max muscle, and they like double down so much, and that pops out. You don't want to go that far, but when you breed that to a line that might be mediocre or whatever, run of the mill,
You get that
Yeah,
hybrid.
you get
You
that.
get the best of both
Right.
worlds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Get like that 75 instead of a 50 or 100.
Right, I see that. That makes sense to me now. Yeah, because I was like, well, damn, you don't want that fucking mutation to come back in your line again. Like I said, it looks cool, but if you like looking for performance, but like you said, if you can get that hybrid vigor where you're getting the best of both parents, then like you said, you get that 75%, where it's workable muscle, but it's good muscle. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that shit's crazy how you see them cows with that double muscle gene. That shit's
Hell
crazy.
yeah.
Sheesh.
Belgian blues.
Yeah, I was like, golly. That must be some good ass meat, huh?
Word. Nice steak.
I don't know.
No, you don't think so? With that muscle, some
Oh, I
thick
don't
ass-
know. I don't know what the meat's like.
Okay.
Just because there's a lot of muscle don't mean it's any good.
Yeah.
But it does look like it might be good. They don't look like they're excessively toned. They're just kind of
Just defined
muscle.
muscle. Yeah, it's just more, like you said, it's just more pronounced because of it being double
more
muscle.
hanging. Yeah,
You
it
know?
looks like it might be soft muscle, but there's a lot to meat, grain size and
I
stiffness,
seen
and then
that shit
marbling.
on the house cat before too.
Say that again.
Seen that joint on a cat too, like a regular house cat.
Double
I've
muscle.
never seen
It
that.
was calling them joints bully cats.
Oh,
I knew exactly what he was talking about.
oh.
You seen the
Oh.
kangaroo
What they call
cats?
them sinks, finks, finks. I can't even
Yeah.
say it.
Kangaroo cats.
Yeah, they got cats that they kind of look like rabbits, and they got little short front feet.
Short feet, yeah.
Yeah, they're all fucked up.
Oh my goodness, man. See, that's what men do. We'll take a retardation and try to make it something fucking normal.
They're
But
like
they
the
doing the
English
same thing with the
bulldog.
bullies right now. They trying to make a wave called the hairless bullies. Like, what is going on?
Yeah. Seals.
They call. I think the name is called hippo bully or
Hippo.
something.
Yep,
Yeah.
hippo bullies. Yep,
Oh my goodness.
I could get that out of that Great Dane I got. He's got really fine hair.
That was funny. That was funny.
K-Man, being honest, he probably can do that shit. But see, that's what it is. You're breeding a mutation, right? So it's it's a designer breed from that point.
Nice.
Yeah.
But once you do that, then health is all out the window now. Now you breeding a dog has allergies to the point where, you sacrifice one to gain the other. And that's why for us, it's like cosmetics has got to be the last. Because it's harder to get performance out of a dog than to get a look.
The thing is, the look that I like comes along with them functioning dogs. You know what I mean? That certain body style, body type, and design, and everything that makes a dog workable. That's what appeals to me.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
I'm not attracted to that goofy shit.
But see, look, as far as your money is concerned, when it comes to, the consumer, that is where we as individuals who prefer functionality, performance, we will get the short end of the stick when it comes to the dogs on the market, because most people will not use their dogs in that performance capacity. Most people will just have pets. So they'll pay more for that look of a pet than that dog to perform, because they're not even using dogs. The dogs sit on the couch and shit. I mean, they don't do nothing but sit around. So why would they pay unless you're competing? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you pay the dollars that we deserve for our dogs if you're never going to use them? But, oh, that dog is so cute. Oh, the color. And I just want to cuddle with it. I really want it. I'll pay for it. The designer dog.
Yeah.
You know, even though it might, like we say, it might die in 5 years and shit. But, oh, it was so cute when I had it.
Well, you want to get a white woman's money. You get her a puppy that you feel sorry for.
What that shit? Fuck it. You don't need no money. All you gotta do is go to the shelter.
Funny.
Yeah, you know what I mean? She go to the shelter for those. If that's really what it is, take her to the shelter and go get you one. Shit. You know what I mean? You want to feel sorry for it. But this is where the narrative shifts for us that do high performance. K-Man, you mentioned something to me a while back. Like I said, I don't have the capacity at this time to be able to do that. But eventually, y'all, we need to form us a dog league. And what I mean by that is that we need to have competition sports in that dog league and make it an actual league where we can all compete, whether it be weight pull, all the shit, weight pull, anything, dock diving, all the shit, and make a league, an official league to where we have that established and we have a real serious dog men and dog women who can breed these dogs, compete at the highest level, and then create our league to where now, now you can do something with your dog. We got everything in one league. Everything in one league. All of it.
Honestly, with all the shit going on in the world today, I cannot believe guard dogs are not in demand.
Facts.
Man, because people don't know how to handle them, K, man.
Well, fuck, look at all the shit coming to your door, though.
Man,
how do you handle that?
Man, they don't even know how to handle that shit, man.
I'd be ordering me a...
Go ahead.
I'd be ordering me a dog, and I'd have a fucking kennel built right inside my front door.
Like I said, you're a different person, K, man. We're different.
I already have that, by the way.
Most people can't handle them dogs. Like I said, it sounds good. Those dogs will be the ones that eat they eat their owner up, like that one guy in fucking LA that got mauled to death by his own fucking dogs. That's what would happen to people.
That was crazy.
That's what would happen. They don't know how to.
I got milder dogs than that.
Hey, K-Man, it'll be that lady with that Connie Corso back in San Francisco that fucking killed her and shit. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It'd be the two Connie Corsos that killed her. Her two dogs killed her and shit. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
What kind of dumb shit is that? Your dog feels like
your
it can
own
kill you.
dog.
What is that? That's what would happen if people got guard dogs. Because their dogs, they would treat their dogs like humans and shit, versus them being dogs. You have to be an alpha with a dog that can kill you or another human. You cannot treat that dog like if it's a human.
I don't know.
And that's what the average person does with their dogs. They treat them like they're fucking kids and shit. They're not kids, they're dogs.
Yep.
So, yeah, the society ain't ready for that, K, man. It sounds good in theory. But in reality, nah. Nah.
They ain't gonna be able to handle them herders.
That's a lethal weapon as a herder.
I got those things tamed down a little bit so that I can walk and work around them. Them little fuckers, when they were 6 weeks old, I'd go back there, they'd be hanging off me.
Damn.
Yeah, they're piranhas. Those are piranhas, man.
Yeah. I had pictures and videos of the shit. I took videos of having like 3 of them hanging off my leg and picked my leg off the ground. And I had one that stayed locked right on. You couldn't shake her. I dropped the other 2 up, but the one held right on. I'll have to see if I can recover that shit.
Yeah, well, guess what, K-Man? You're responsible to make us
new
ones.
shit.
So, yeah, I'm about to say, you're responsible to make us some new ones. So you know, we'll be looking forward to those being shared on your IG or your Facebook, whichever one. You know, we're going to be looking forward to that one, buddy. So now we're holding you accountable. K-Man, we're holding you accountable for some footage, buddy. Because you're the first one out of us who got bull herders. So we want to see those.
I was just gonna say,
Got
Caveman,
some
what is
available.
the what's your Instagram?
Who, me?
Yes, sir.
Caveman Seeds.
Okay.
Yeah, give him a
Yeah,
follow. All y'all. Give Caveman a follow.
Caveman 1974 on YouTube.
Caveman 1974. Give him a follow, y'all. But see, Caveman, you'll follow him, but he ain't gonna give you no fucking content. So you know, make sure you fucking give him a hard time, okay? I hate being the only one giving him a hard time. You know what I mean? He might think I'm picking on him all the fucking time. Like, man, coach, leave me alone, dude.
It'll be all right. I can take it. That's the shit that I've been through and the shit I'm going through right now. That's just another drop of water to roll off the duck's back.
Yeah, that's what's up. So you heard him. He said he could take it. So give his ass a hard time so he can, you know, force.
Oh yeah, Caveman, he's a real breeder. I'm talking. Okay, I see. It's okay.
Caveman got all the shit. You know what I mean?
The dogs and the phenotype.
Yeah, Caveman got all the shit, man.
Yeah, I made my own strains of that too.
Yeah, Caveman got all the shit, man. Don't you know what I mean? Don't think that
shit,
when
my phone clocked out.
It's a regular guy. He know what he talking about. But man, we beat this one up, man. Anything else we can add? Anything we can add to this? I think we really hit every nail on the head. There's so many, you know, things that we can talk about when it comes to disappointments. I'm sure we all had them. Shattered expectations. I'm sure we've all had them. You know, your direction being clear one day and then the next day you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like, why am I doing this? And you know, like all that plays. So everything that we talked about when it comes to the what, where's, whys, and hows of the dog game and all these things that we talked about, you know, it can go on and on. I just want you guys to understand that this all plays when you're really trying to take this dog thing serious. All the things that we discussed plays, and just don't be surprised when you get disappointed and your expectations get shattered and your direction changes. Don't be surprised. We've already talked about it over here. Just be ready to pivot, okay? Don't cry a river, suck up your tears, move on, okay? Keep going, right? It is what it is, all right? None of this weak shit that we see in today's society when it comes to these dogs. Be tough, be strong, be mentally tough, physically tough, all the shit, you know what I mean? Keep going, keep pushing. But that's pretty much it, man. Anything else you want to add, Reddy?
Yeah. Salute chat. Salute coach.
Yeah.
Salute Birthday Bully. Salute Caveman.
Feed off what you was talking about. I'm in Michigan. Anybody that's trying to put something together or trying to learn or get in or trying to get a good dog, trying to become a decoy or whatever.
Holler at Caveman.
Yeah, trying to make our own table.
Holler at Caveman. You know what I'm saying? And Caveman, don't get discouraged when it's a trickling effect of these people, because there's few of us. So don't get discouraged, man. It's just a part of the process, man. You're not the only one that gets disappointed about the wave of the dogs, but it's just, you know, we just got to expect it, okay? Even though we don't have no expectations on others, expect that that's what it is. That's all I'm saying, from you to me. Having the same all the shit that you experience, just, you know, it's just a part of it, and it is what it is. And eventually they'll catch up. That's all it is, K-Man. Eventually they'll catch up. Chat. Eventually, if you're like us, they'll catch up to us, but don't expect them to.
Well, another thing is the state the world's in and the state the economy's in and shit. The dog sales are nothing like what they used to be.
Yeah. That's why you need to go in the direction.
You got to live through that too, but
okay, man. That's why you got to go in the direction that I'm going, okay, man. We got to, you know, appeal to the military and the police, but at the same time, we got to show them first. We can't expect them to know. We got to show them by doing our own thing with them first. Then they'll know.
And as soon as I can find somebody that wants to get chewed on,
Hey, K-Man, all that land you got, go get you make you a scarecrow and make them attack that scarecrow, K-Man. There you go. Because that's,
Yep.
there's this one guy I follow, and he got, like I told you, he got one of them damn punching bag UFC guys, and he puts a fucking bite suit on him, and he makes his dog attack that. That's just the coolest shit ever I've seen. I'm like, oh, I need to do that. So do that. Make you a scarecrow, K-Man, and put a fucking fake bite suit on and make your dogs attack that. There you go. We got to be resourceful, man.
Yep.
One man band. One man band. There's an old
Yeah,
saying.
that shit sucks. Though that ain't the way it's supposed to be.
I mean, come on, K-Man. It's life, man. Come on, man. We got what they say. You got to make lemonade out of lemons. It is what it is, man. We ain't no crying a river. It is what it is. One man band. Until we're able to find good help, you got what they say. If you want things done right, you got to do it your what?
Motherfucking
Yeah.
sense.
Bingo. Come on, man. Our ancestors, forefathers been saying that shit. It's a cliche that's been passed down for generations. Why do we think we're going to reinvent the wheel? If our ancestors have been saying that shit, then what the fuck? Come on, man. We know better than that. Okay? We know better. So I'm not going to let you fucking get away with it, K-Man. Chat, I'm not going to let y'all get away with it. It is what it is. Yes, we want the perfect team, but it's not our reality. Accept it. Deal with it. Improvise. One-man bang. Carry your cross on your own back. No team ball. Accept the fact. And if God blesses you, K-Man, God blesses me. Ready? Chat, all y'all. Bless us with some help. Cherish it. Hold on to it for dear life. But until then, do it yourself. Ready, break. Ready, break. But anyway, we are done. What a great show. You know what I'm saying? Went 4 hours, man. What a great show. If you guys missed it, man, hit that rewind button. Great information. Any of all of our classroom, go check out our Modern Dog Marvels. All the shit we done laid down, man. Put your headphones on, listen, man. Good information. No classroom like it, but ours. So anyway, we out of here.
Till next time.
Till next time, y'all.
Next week, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.